Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are, welcome for the first time to a different type of stream. This today is not Third Age Competitive League, but it is Third Age still. We are here for a tier list, and I am joined today not only by the voices in my head, but also by the four voices you are about to hear, which are The Chosen. Introduce yourselves.
Doesn't matter.
I'm Santa. Sorry. Go ahead.
I am immediately gonna cancel this screen share. Because it wasn't going well. There were some dropped frames there.
I'm Ant, the news chosen.
Oh, I need to
I'm
switch
Remick.
that thing.
I'm Ellie.
I'm Santa. Hello.
Okay, awkward introduction out of the way. I was expecting you to all just sort of shout at the same time and then we'd just go from there, but is what it is.
One
To-
Santa.
More chaos.
Today, we are here to sort out a bunch of characters, basically. It's going to be kind of awkward without the screen shared with you guys, but at the same time, you don't really need to see very much, I guess.
Yeah, why do we need to see?
I mean, I think the only way to do it will be if you guys just watch with a slight delay.
So someone else can do the screen share. Then we'll just keep it.
Oh, that could work as well. Oh no, but you
True.
won't have it, will you?
Why not?
I mean, I can just like copy all of
Unless
the
it's
movies that
live.
you make. It's not live. I'm watching it now.
No, I mean,
I
like,
can-
if I update something, does the link change?
No.
Okay. That's what I was meaning. Anyway, let's stop fucking around and just get on with the show. Before we get straight on into it, going through all of the characters in Third Age alphabetically, I'm just going to ask you one question. How many characters do you think are going to be in S tier at the end of this?
13.
13?
Ooh, I like that number.
My vote is 4, so I think there's 3 that I'm sure of, and 1 that I don't know yet, but will be convinced on.
I'm thinking 2.
Wow.
2.
I'm thinking about 6.
Yeah, 6 wasn't my number too, so now I'm gonna say 8.
I mean,
I'll say the
conservatively,
number.
6 works. But 13's just a better number. So
Yeah. 13 is the best number.
I agree. James, you're talking. We can't hear you.
I think he's talking, but
I see him
Yeah.
talking on stream.
yeah. I thought that's like a massive
But
delay
it's
or
real.
something.
James, you're not. None of your voice is going on your stream either. Like nothing is happening. You're talking. You're like a mime right now.
Maybe they'd ask for chaos.
He's trying to talk. I can see his face like moving.
I wonder.
I think we're live again, so sorry anyone who is watching. If anyone's still left after the chaos. For some reason my mic combusted, but I've switched to a headset and we're just going to plow on here. We were talking about Are we good again? Can someone just confirm the stream's up before I start? Like,
Stream
rambling?
is up,
And yeah, like,
and I can hear you. Yes.
wow, my voice works.
Yes.
Sick.
Yep.
All right, let's go then. I was just about to explain like how a tier list works for anyone unfamiliar before we start. So, as you can see on the screen in front of me, we have a bunch of categories here. We've got S tier, which is the highest, all the way down to E tier, which is the lowest, aka Gawyn tier. And each of these we've given little category names. So we've got Slay on Sight for S tier, Auto Buy is A+, Above Average, Bang Average, Character Specific, Desperate Times, and words. Excessively trash at the bottom. So, each of these characters is going to fit somewhere in the list, and we're just going to go through them alphabetically. First things first, we have Abdel and Myrna.
Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's bank average.
Yeah, he's not very hot.
I don't know
It's,
if he's that good.
Hotness
though.
chillest, I would agree.
I
I don't
think
think
he's
he can go
Average?
any higher than C. I think.
Okay. So he costs 3 coins, and he gains a coin whenever a white cloak is revealed. How many white cloaks are in the character deck? All of them. All
Uh,
I'm
together.
going to tentatively guess 3,
3?
So-
not including him.
Not including
So,
him.
not including him, he has the potential of basically refunding his cost. I changed my mind. He's hot trash. There is no reason to buy him.
Yeah, there's more than 3.
Is there
But,
more than 3?
yeah, I mean, there's Galad, Geoffram. I'm scrolling down through them now.
There's 9.
How many of them are tier 3, though?
I think it's just
probably
Galad.
just Galad.
Okay, well that makes it a little better. But like, still, you have to like remember, like he's like sitting in your pile there. He's just a person, right? And he's just
I'd
like
put
sitting
him
there,
at
and you have
C,
to remember.
Personally, I think he's
C?
fine for like. He's not necessarily character specific, but sometimes it's just convenient to pick him up. Like,
I mean, he's a cheap
you can get him
follower.
for free sometimes, so you
This
just
is
grab
true.
him, or you take him to take him away from a mat, or you take him if you are a mat.
I mean,
So,
he is
like-
Mel, which gives Matt like he's a cheap Mel. So I don't know.
To me, he's not
I
someone
will-
who like has a specific purpose to fill. He's someone who you take if it's
Sure.
convenient.
I will settle with D.
I would agree with that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, I'd
think
agree with
he's
that.
worth picking up.
Any thoughts,
Generally.
Sally?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
All right, D it is. Let's go on to Adelias Namel. So the sister from the tier 2 deck that draws an action when you recruit an Aes Sedai.
So plenty of Aes Sedai in the deck, right?
Mhm.
The only thing is at tier 2, how many more followers are you getting? Like maybe you get that at the early tier 2, and you get some use out of it. But like if
Mhm.
it's late game tier 2, you're really not recruiting anymore, right?
Yeah.
Your focus is killing Forsaken.
Yeah, but it
So,
doesn't
like-
have to be a tier 2 follower. That it's just when you recruit an Aes Sedai.
Right, but like once you're at the end of tier 2 going into tier 3, how often are you actually recruiting is what I'm saying.
Well, if you're Perrin, you recruit a lot more.
Yeah, if you're Matt, you still recruit.
Yeah.
That's true.
And if you're trying
if
to
you
get
ran
to
your
your tier
little
3 as
channels.
Rand, then
Yeah, if you already hit tier
Well, right.
2 and working towards tier 3, particularly since she's free if you have Vendine, and Vendine is a level tier 1.
mhm,
So
there's that
yeah.
going for her as well. Yeah, I think
True,
I'd be
true.
happy with Adelias in C, but I could be
I agree with that.
convinced to go higher if other people think that.
No,
I
I'd
was
lean
gonna
slightly
suggest C.
I'd lean slightly towards B.
Ooh.
she's like, so she has channeling 6, so she gets the gateway.
Yeah, yeah.
That's valid.
That's
Which is cheap
true.
at 3
Good
and 2
distinction.
for tier 2.
And the way she plays off Van Deen is really helpful if you can get that to work.
Yeah.
Alright, so maybe B, but maybe when we have some more Bs, she might be the low end of B.
True.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Moving on, excuse me for blowing my nose on stream.
Terrible.
We have Aguila Jigad. Free if you
Trash.
have 8 or higher leadership. Borderlander followers cost 1 for your favour to recruit, 9 military.
It's 6 or higher. Not 8.
He is so
Yeah, yeah.
expensive, and as a
But
tier
sometimes
3.
free.
Okay, sure, sometimes free, but I'm choosing to ignore that. His ability is more or less useless at
Yeah.
that stage of the game.
I'm with you there.
Like your tier
I'm with you
3,
there.
you're trying to pull those Forsaken. That's the only reason you're flipping
Yeah,
tier
yeah.
3s, right?
Yeah.
So like if he flips instead of Forsaken, you're more or less disappointed. You're not. If you can get him for free, great.
Yeah,
but
you're happy with it if it's free and you're playing like a Gawyn who has leadership and doesn't
Sure.
have military.
Yes, can be useful. There are 100% better ones for military, though.
Unless he's free.
In fact, I mean, if he's free, great. But like, there are other free militaries that are more useful.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'd say Aguila could be like D, anywhere between C and D. I'd put him personally.
Yeah,
I'd
I
s-
can agree with that.
I'd say
Yeah,
D.
D.
Do
Yeah.
we have him above or below a murder?
Below.
Below what? Oh, Omera.
I take Ali's word as final when it comes to what things are above and below other things.
Damn. Okay.
Well, it's good to be an authority in something.
Yeah. Eiling Noon. The channeling tinker is next.
So, tinkers, right? They level up the more you play them.
Uh-huh.
Matt is the only one who can reliably play them.
Uh-huh.
However, she's also cheap. Like, if she comes up, you're more or less always going to buy her. The only reason you wouldn't buy her is if you didn't have favor, especially early game.
I would put Eiling Noon solidly in C tier.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Also, Robin, who's just joined us and said 15 minutes in and we've only picked 3, this is going to take 10 hours. We had a bit of a catastrophe at the start of the stream, which you've averted by turning up late, so well done you. We've only just really got started.
Can we just agree now that all the Tinkerers are going to be C tier? Because they're all the same.
I
I'd agree with
disagree.
Yeah.
Do you disagree? All right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take it as it goes.
So my logic behind this, and we can do that. We don't have to go in alphabetical. I can just like find all the tinkers if you want. We can go through them.
I mean, if you guys want to wait, like I'm okay with waiting, but
no need to wait.
Yeah, we can go through them. Let's go through them. Let's get rid
Alright.
of the thinkers.
Oh shit.
So Noon is C.
So I would say she's C because yeah, Matt can use all tinkers fairly well. That puts her in C for me, and because she's channeling, she goes in C. For
Because Rand.
For Aram, I'd say the same. Character specific, yep, absolutely fine.
Do we all agree
Leia,
with that?
I don't know if I'd put Aram in C.
really?
don't
Leveling
think so?
military is a lot more, feels more awkward than leveling some of the other ones.
Yeah, like most people have military.
Yes, but for Matt specifically, he's better
Yeah.
because he's also male.
He's also male. That is a good point, actually.
That's
He's
usually
male.
a
He's
selling
very
point.
cheap.
Yeah. He's a good early game map pickup.
I can agree with that.
But is he better early game map pickup than Omerna, who we're already putting in D?
Yes,
If he's
because
free,
he's
yeah,
cheap.
For sure,
totally.
for sure.
He's cheaper and his ability is better, just subjectively. Now Matt would never actually use his military. Well, I guess if he had an assist or he had the big X card, then Aram could be useful there.
It
but,
doesn't matter. Like his abilities. at that point in the game, he doesn't matter other than the fact that he's a cheap male. But
Yeah.
like as later in the game, maybe Aram's not the best. He's probably the worst of the Tinkers. But if I had to put, I'd probably have like, okay, I'm just gonna move some out. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing, can you? So I've got Eiling, Aram, and probably Rain in C tier. And then if I had to choose, I'd put Leia and Ela in D probably. But high end of D. That would be my vote, personally. I don't know if y'all agree with that. I think Rain is probably better than Aram, but worse than Eiling Noon.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Sorry, what are we doing?
Eli and Leia are going in D.
I think, anyway.
Yeah.
Ali agrees.
Yeah.
And Reen's going to C?
Yeah, well, he's the same as Aram.
Oh, male. That's right.
Yeah,
Duh.
cheap
Yeah.
male.
Yeah,
Well,
that makes sense.
also, I feel
Okay.
like leadership is the slightly more coveted start in that
You
regard.
think so?
Well, for Matt, yeah.
Oh, for Matt specifically, yes.
Yeah.
He's more likely to use Rain. I would agree with that.
And like Nynaeve can always pick up a Rain as well, you know? She's
Mhm.
never going to be mad about it.
I mean, she's not going to use them, though.
Yeah, she doesn't have leadership.
Well, yeah, but like, how many Leadership 1 cards are there? She'd have to waste a turn buffing them up.
There's also, like,
Leadership 1 is better than like
Twisted
military
Ring
one
or
I mean, that's true. That's
Holstone
true.
or whatever.
What's the thing when you
Full turn
will,
calves.
Sorry, Ellie, go ahead.
when one character one follower can choose to turn another's follower? Oh my god.
Oh,
Disarm?
Disarm, yes,
Yeah.
there we go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
disarm.
Yeah, we could do that.
Got political distraction on your own, guys. There's loads of ways to level up Tinkers. It's not hard, man.
All right.
Are
Fair,
we
fair.
in agreement though? Are we gonna put Leia and Elaine
D.
I can't.
D,
Yeah, I can't think of a reason why they would be in C. So
and then the other three Tinkers in C?
Yeah,
yeah.
Three
that
Tinkers?
makes sense.
Do
Oh, yeah,
we do we care what order Leia and Elaine, or are they just like whatever?
I'd say they're pretty much the same as each other.
I think Leia would be better just because Careful Words 1, and that's just better than any level 1 skill is. But
Rescue Townsfolk?
it doesn't matter. I'd rather take a Careful Word than Rescue Townsfolk.
Fair. I'm sure I'll put Leia first in
They're
that
basically
regard.
interchangeable.
Next one is Alana
Now-
Mosfani.
Are we putting these followers in front of?
I had them in
Abdel?
front of Abdel, yeah.
I mean, they their ability is definitely better than Abdel, but like the cost isn't much better, especially with
No,
how
but the free is
expensive.
easier.
That is true. I'll give you that.
I'd put them above. Anything that can level up's better than something that can't level up.
Fair.
That doesn't have an amazing ability. Let's move on to Alana anyway. We talked
Yes.
about the Tinkers. Alana, able to draw orders from the discard pile, free if you have 2 males, channeling 5.
Not bad. And channeling 5 is a big boost, and also free with 2 males for Matt.
For
I'm
anyone.
thinking maybe an A for
I'm
Alana.
thinking an A+.
A plus. This
I-
is an auto buy for you.
I'm fine with
Yes.
either of those. I could be swayed either way.
I mean, if I'm playing Nynaeve, I'm not going to pick up Alana. Like, if she's free, great, I'll take her. But like, if she's not free, I'm
Correct.
not worried about it.
And I'm glad you bring that up. Actually.
Yeah, but
'cause I don't
look
think
at
I've ever thought
her.
about that.
Look at her ability.
But for
So, plus
Nynaeve, that ability
1
does
order.
nothing.
Like, like
Oh, Nynaeve
everything
doesn't
else
have
is
leadership.
used,
Yeah.
yeah.
she doesn't
Well,
have
yeah,
leadership.
except
So
She's
maybe
probably
with
the
Gawyn,
only character I wouldn't want Alana.
right? Like, I can see a Gawyn getting it, maybe, especially earlier on.
Perrin.
Her
Loves it.
ability is honestly fantastic, whether
Yeah.
you have leadership or not. Like, if you don't and you're Matt and you have a follower that has leadership, then it can pick you up a messenger. That means extra recruits. It can pick up a compelling
Sure.
argument. That could mean you take control of something. Same for Rand. If you have her, you can pick up the compelling argument. That can help you get more channelers. If you have her with Perrin, you can get more orders just so you can level up quicker.
And she's
But-
cheap.
And she's cheap or free some of the time.
She's 3 favor, which is not really that cheap.
No, but she's usually free, right?
This is true. Like, you only need 2 males, and a
Yeah.
lot of the males are pretty cheap. So, like, I would agree with that.
So, but for the point you brought up, Santa, that she's not good on 9 Eve. Like, rarely ever good on 9 Eve. I think
Right.
that's the difference to me between A and A plus, maybe.
I can agree with that. I'm okay with putting her in A.
I agree.
Yeah.
Olivia, the Sean Chan, getting a lot of channelers. Sean
Expensive
Channeler.
as hell.
Expensive as hell.
Yeah.
8 favor, but
So
gains
expensive.
7 additional
7
points during the
points.
last battle.
However, you're losing points by using your favor as well. Now, if you have a massive amount of favor, then 100%, there's no reason not to buy her. But like at the end of the game, tier 3, right? You're obviously going through for those Forsaken. If she pops and you have 8 favor, sure you gain 7 points, but you also just lost 7 points.
I mean, it's better than flipping a Masana when you have that amount of favor.
Very true. I agree with that.
I think I'm with Robin here. I'm in the chat.
Yeah.
I think B is
Bang average.
should bang average, yeah.
Bang average.
Like, sometimes you wanna, sometimes you don't. If it's convenient, you'll pick her up, and she's good when you do. For some characters, a level 10 channeler is just straight up nice. Like,
I mean, level 10 channeling is 100% amazing.
And if you can make
Well-
her ability work, maybe it's character specific. I could go down to a C, but I'd put her in bang average.
I was thinking D.
Me too.
So we have
Thoughts
2
on
for D,
that?
2 for B.
I would have her in B personally. Like I think
Okay.
Yeah, I'd
the
agree
effect
with
is good enough, like when you can afford it. So maybe it should be a little lower than B. Maybe it should be C or something.
So a
But
high C then?
I'm hearing high C based on the mix of opinions.
Sure. So above noon then.
Yeah, let's put her at the top of C for now. Yeah.
Okay.
Aleandra is the next one.
Okay. B. She's
Yeah.
cheap. She has assist. Assist is always useful.
Yeah.
Unless if you have 10 leadership, there's no reason not to use that assist, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm fine with B.
I
Some of
would
these will be
completely agree
quick.
with that.
Yeah. B is fine.
We'll,
Now is she in front of Adelias?
yeah. We'll put her at the top
I
of B.
think so.
She's better just on account of the fact that you never don't have 2 coins.
Yeah, exactly, right? She's extremely cheap.
Well,
Lady. Sorry,
yeah.
Ali.
I often don't have 2 coins.
Sure, but not in real life, right? In
Uh,
the game, you always have 2 coins, even if you broke in real life.
okay, fine.
Al
Never mind.
Taima.
Okay. How many Terran followers are there?
God.
Not enough to make her ability good. Probably about 4 or 5.
So doesn't even. She's expensive.
I wouldn't
If-
say she's expensive.
6 coins for 5
Rotates.
days tomorrow.
Like, oh,
I mean,
yeah,
free,
I'd say she's
sure.
like. Yeah, I'd probably put her in D personally, but
Sure.
I think she goes in E. I would
E?
only ever pick her up if she was free.
I mean, are you saying she's worse than Abdel?
Then
Yeah.
Well,
Oberna?
I guess you're more likely to get Abdel for free.
yeah, she's worse than Abdel.
Well, she's also
Okay.
twice the cost. Right?
She is also
I
twice
wouldn't-
the cost, but
I wouldn't like personally. I wouldn't pick her up unless she was free.
But she can coercion an androl.
She can coercion an angel.
These are the
is
sorts
true.
of minute details we have to think about in this. You
and
know,
as we all know, Androl is a S tier.
Oh yeah.
hell yeah. He's only a few away. We can just put him there
He's-
now if you want.
I mean,
No.
does anyone disagree with that? Like,
Yes.
what? Oh, okay, well, wait then. We'll wait.
So Ultima, are we having our first E tier?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never seen purpose to buying her.
All right.
It is done. Aleandra is next up.
B. She's cheap. She's somewhat useful. I mean, skill 3 isn't super high, but every time you tap her, specifically with Matt, like he can just obviously, well, okay, with Matt you just use everyone.
I go
But,
C myself.
See?
Yeah.
I think
I'd
it's
go
just
B
have
as
to be a
well.
B.
Did you just say G, Ali?
No, I
What?
I said B.
I would agree with a B. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. She's like, if I have the resources, I'd pick her up.
Sure.
I don't know. She's fine.
I guess the option is like any character, if they pick her up, obviously they need to use her in order to get her ability off, which is the only reason you would honestly get her,
Yeah.
unless if you just needed a 7th follower and it was towards the end of the match, right?
You might need a skill follower if you're Rand.
Oh, true,
or
but I mean, like 3 skill
Gawyn.
isn't the greatest, but like an early
It's enough to play
early
Journey
3
to
skill.
Radiant or
True.
learn from the
Learn
best.
in combat.
Or,
Oh yeah, there you go. I think learn in combat's 4.
But okay, is Aleandra really better than Eiling Noon, Rain, Irem?
No, I don't think so.
Because they're all
I think
C-tier.
Matt. Yeah, I think Matt could use her really well, and everyone else not as well, but could be useful. Well, no, because I feel like
you're always saying B tier. B is above
I was saying B
the
tier.
Tinkers.
I'm aware. You have convinced me that she's no longer B tier.
I think she's B tier because you can use her in different ways. You can attach something to her, and then you can just use her every few turns.
That is true.
And
she
then,
is a good character to use.
And then it
on the
annoys
flank.
Perrin to hell because of that ability of hers. So.
That is
I don't think she's
very
bad.
good point.
I don't think she's that good either. You know.
Yeah, that's why she's bang average.
Yeah, good point. All right, we'll put her between the other two girls then.
Sure.
Aleandra and Adelias. How about that?
I'm okay with that.
Amalisa. Aguila's sister.
High B tier. She has assist, which is immediately useful. However, she also allows any channeler to cast arrows of fire, no matter what their level is.
Good point.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Or Bond of Water.
Or Bond Water, which would be useful, obviously, for
Rand specifically.
Rand, yeah.
Rand, yeah. I'm almost A in this.
I actually think I would put her in A myself.
Yeah, same.
I can be convinced.
Because I think the assist is for people like Matt and Perrin who don't have channeling as a default. The assist is so fucking good because it can make like somewhat random and shit like Else Grinwell actually able to play things.
That's true. Yeah, no, I'm down for A tier. Is she better than Alana?
I don't think she's. Oh god, yeah. Am I really putting her next to Alana though? Because Alana, well, yeah, assist's pretty good, isn't it?
Assist is so good.
Like when I first designed assist as a mechanic, it was in response to the fact that there was still a bunch of cards in the game that didn't have text boxes. They were just stats. Like, no, not everyone had effects at the time, so I made assist and disarm to counteract that, which Santa will remember, and
I
Remick
love
may
that.
remember as well. But like now, both of those have become such core parts of the way that we play the game in the meta as we know it. That yeah, I think she's probably behind Alana, but A is solid.
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Alright, that was quite a while on Amalisa. This one might be
Yeah.
quicker. Amis, the 9 leadership Aiel.
Tier 3 again. However, could be free, and her ability isn't terrible. It's not bad.
She's the one that's free if bear, right? So bear's a tier 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, less likely to be free then.
I would solidly put Amis at the top of E, bottom of D.
Yeah,
You think so?
I'd agree with
I'd
that.
agree.
Yeah.
You think
So
she's worse
expensive.
than She is expensive.
Yes,
But
I do
that
believe she's
ability-
worse.
That ability isn't terrible, though.
At level 3, who cares anymore?
I mean, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
That's the same argument I've made every single time.
Like,
Okay.
the only thing I think she's good for is like if you just really need a high level leadership follower.
That's also true.
To play, what was that leadership card?
There's a
Oh.
couple of them. There's Sorrowful Execution, could be one. There's Resupply. There's you might want to play for the greater good. You might want to play.
There's a card that adds the
Heavier
user's
than-
level to your
For the
combat.
light.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for the light as well. But
Cover
Cover Me was the one.
Cover me, cover me.
Yeah,
Cover
that's
Me
the
is what I'm
combat
thinking
one.
of, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also For the Light, which gains a ton of points at 9. She wouldn't be able to play heavier than a mountain, but yeah, like she's a solid leadership, but not much else, and expensive.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
she is expensive, yes, but honestly, I would me personally, I would buy Ames, but I would pass on Abdel most of the time.
Well, I'd put her either in D or E. What the quick votes for everyone?
I mean, at the very least, D.
Yeah, I'd agree with D.
Okay, D.
Lodi's fine. Somewhere,
Let D say.
Bloody.
somewhere like
Put her directly below Amurna to piss off Santa.
Yeah.
put her directly ahead of Omerna. The same difference.
Okay, I'm also voting ahead of Omerna. Remick.
Yeah, pop her ahead of Amana.
Yes.
Ah, God damn it. Overruled.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Angel's automatic S tier, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Ali
Alright.
said she disagreed.
Ali
so
said
I'm
she disagreed.
intrigued
Okay.
to hear what the fuck her rationale is.
He's boring.
He's boring.
What do you mean he's boring?
Oh.
Boring and good
Well,
though.
Every time
Like
he pops
Ali,
up, someone picks him up immediately, and then it's like the same old stuff.
yes.
He's
and
boring.
whenever I see Androl, I am immediately compelled to kill him.
Yep.
Like, no, I do not want that person to have that much movement. He must die.
I agree.
Also, boring.
Isn't that the
boring's
definition
good.
of S tier then? Slay
It
on the
is,
side?
yes.
I mean,
boring-
yeah.
Boring can be good. You know, like you don't want like an exciting guy, right? You prefer like that boring stable guy, right?
He's just. He's so fucking good
dating
at what he
Androl.
does.
So many.
He'll just magically disappear in the morning.
But you'll always be able
That's
to
true.
hear his thoughts in the back of your head.
Oh no! He would disappear in the morning.
Yeah.
He would be that guy. Oh no!
Yeah, but then he'd come back with like a fresh croissant and
He would. I'm sorry,
fruit
babe. I
from
didn't mean to leave you.
friends, and
Mm-mm.
be like, "Oh, there's breakfast."
I
They
mean,
fuck
food
you and
does
leave
make
again.
everything better, so.
All right,
Mm-mm.
Androl's in S tier. That's non-disputable. That's a Hawkwing.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hot take here. S tier, and here's why. Extremely cheap. Very useful. Matt uses them. Anyone without leadership can use them. He's very easy to kill as well.
Yeah, I'd probably put him in B.
B.
He's definitely not S.
Okay.
I'm
I
not
mean, I'm
standing
going to
for
say
that.
A+. There's no reason not to buy him. If he pops
Yeah,
up,
I
you're
would
buying him.
always.
Yeah,
No
that's
reason
true.
not to buy him.
No,
Somebody
no
has a
reason.
disarm follower.
Great. Like, you're still gonna buy him.
Yeah, it's
Are
just
you?
one favor. I'd rather
Yes,
buy him than
It's
not.
one favor, and especially if you're Matt, like, he has so much use for Matt specifically.
So you A plus.
Nynaeve could use him. At the very minimum, A+, yes.
Wow, I am surprised by that one.
He's a 9 leadership for one favor. Even if you do
Exactly.
just use him once, or you even don't get to use him.
I'm like, you know, they always say before you die, life flashes before your eyes. Right now, flashing before my eyes is all the times I've killed out a Hawkwing with a random
extremely-
disarm or political distraction or whatever.
That's the main reason I put him slay on sight, because he's just so easy to kill.
Yeah, but that's not what slay on sight means. Slay on sight means I
mean,
have
true.
to kill this. Not this guy's easy to kill.
Hey, I'm trying to get 13 up there, okay? Give me a break.
All right, I'll put
Yeah,
him in A plus, but for the record, I don't agree.
All right.
But you know, this is a collaborative effort.
Mm.
Avienda.
I have to say, I think Avienda might be E. The only thing she has going for her is 7 channeling. For Rand.
Plots are days tomorrow, right?
Plots are days tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree. Like, it's situational. I could probably see low D.
Theory.
Yeah, she's very expensive. She's 7 channeling, which can help, quite a few people. But I don't know. I mean, how expensive is Elaine?
Elaine's 9 coins in 1 favor.
Oh
So a
God.
little
And
better,
she's
but
tier
she's not
3.
cheap.
Oh, she's also tier 3. So there's very, very little chance that you're going to get Avienda for
Very
free.
little, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to ignore that. She's expensive as hell.
Yeah,
6
she's E.
favor. E? You guys are going to go straight up E? All right.
I think
Yeah.
so. Like her effect, like it sounds good, but then you realize, like, at the end of the game, people are breaking 100 and whatnot. Like, what's 1 point?
That's true.
Or like
Fair
maybe
enough.
like 3
Well, I
points
mean,
throughout the
3
game
or 4, but yes, that's a very good point.
I would argue I'm more likely to buy Ultima than I am Avienda.
That's probably fair.
Really?
Just with the cost.
Ooh. Oh, that's
6
true.
coins, much easier than 6 favor.
Mm-hmm.
Similar-ish levels, similar-ish relevance of abilities. I'd be
Okay,
happy
so
with
Avienda
E.
can be behind Ultima. That's fine.
Yeah, Avienda's my favorite character, though, guys.
She doesn't have to be a good third age for just because
Ah.
she's your favorite character. Bale. Up next.
Disarm, immediately useful. High military, not super expensive. And if you have a wise one, which there aren't very many and they're all pretty expensive, then he's free.
The only tier 1 wise one is Mullane. And the only tier 2 wise
That's
one
true.
is Avienda. And tier 3, there's Bear,
There's the
Emmys,
3.
and Cerealia.
Yeah. So there's 5
So-
of them.
You're not. I mean, you can
Sorry,
get it. It's not-
Leah's in there, isn't she?
Yeah, she's tier 3. Yep. So
Fill in.
I don't know. Bale, like you. It's not like weird to get him for free, but it's.
Oh,
I don't
there's
think it's
Sorelayer
like
as well,
common.
yeah.
Right, but he's not that expensive either.
No,
Like, if
he's
you
not.
get him for free, great, but like if you have to buy him, it's
I-
really not that bad.
If you put Art of Hawkwing in A+, I put Bale in A+.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Really?
got Disarm, which is very useful.
Maybe A, maybe not A+, because I don't think everybody wants him. But anybody without military wants him. Matt wants him.
Agreed.
And anybody
Well,
who
of
wants to get
course.
rid of an
Yeah.
Art of Hawkwing or a Bella wants him.
That's true.
The A is. A's,
Matt,
yeah.
to
And
be clear,
sometimes he's
Matt
free.
wants everyone. So,
Everyone with a dick.
I mean, yeah, but like he's tier 2. Like, there's a good chance, unless if someone else draws him and is unable to buy him, like he's not going to get Bale just by drawing, right?
So maybe A.
I would 100% agree with a high A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is he better than Alana?
I don't think he's better than Alana, but I think he's better than Amalisa. Probably.
I mean, Amalisa's extremely useful.
I don't think I could put him ahead of either of Amalisa or
Yeah,
Alana.
same. I'd put him behind them.
We'll put him at the bottom of it then. No.
All right. To be clear, though, all of those 3 A's right now are high A's.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
like, it looks like he's low A, but he's not. He's still high A.
We just don't have low A's.
Yeah, yes.
We've got Bane here, and I've pulled Chiad to the front of the queue as well. We may as well
Okay,
handle those two together.
Have to find her.
However, are they the same tier? Is the real question. Bane and Chiad.
Bane is easier to get. Bane should be slightly higher. If they're the same tier, that's fine, but Bane is the better option.
I'm with
Yeah.
you up until you consider the fact that the one with favour is harder to use a compelling argument on.
True, but like there are other cards that can just pull them as well. Like you don't necessarily
What,
need to
other
use
than a
compelling
coercion?
argument. I think
At
coercion
full
probably
level,
the one I'm
at
thinking.
level 10.
That's true. Okay, fair enough.
So I think for that, they're about even for me.
I would argue that they're both an A+ simply because I've never seen them not get bought.
That's a good point.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
How often do they go unbought in games? Yeah,
Not very often.
unless everyone's
like
like military.
Right. I think I've seen it like once, maybe twice.
For me, I think they'd be an A because they're not an auto buy on people with military, but or maybe even a B.
I mean, it's high level 5 military when you're tier 1.
They're very cost efficient, so like
Yeah.
I think A is fine, but they're not an auto buy. You're not gonna buy that on like you're not gonna buy Bane or Chiad on Rand or Perrin or Matt. You know?
I mean, you buy everyone on Matt.
Okay, all Matt pre tier 2.
I mean, I would buy it on Matt on pre-tier
Well, unless
2.
you're just fucking loaded.
That's true. I mean, like, ideally you have what's his name, and you're getting favor every turn. But
We'll get to him. What's everyone saying? I'm saying low end of A.
I think
I'd agree with
I would
low end A.
Yeah, I agree with that.
low end A,
I didn't
Mhm.
hear you, Ant.
Yep.
Cool.
Bane in front of Chiad.
Sure. Alright. Bear. She's free if Elaine's in your party, so slightly better than Amis for that reason.
Her ability is trash, though.
Her ability is
10
trash,
skill.
but she has
10
10
skill,
skill,
though.
so she can play a Tarveran.
This is true.
And well, any skill card.
But if she's not free, there's a good chance you're not buying her.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I'd say
I don't
like-
know if I've ever seen her being bought, just thinking of it. I don't remember.
I go with
in,
top
like-
of D personally.
top of D.
Well, I put her
I'm
above
thinking
Amis
trash.
because she's slightly easier to get for free, and she's max level skill. So,
She is max level skill. I'll give you that.
like, I'd put her above of Amis, and Amis is in the middle of D. So,
What are some top level skill cards?
so you've got the
Taveran is like the big
Taveran.
one.
That's
Yeah.
the main one. There's
Follow
also
the
one
thread.
for the books. Follow the threads at 8. You've got both the recruit up from the discard pile and the tavern row for free. You've got learn from the best at full level. You've got talented team. Backflip, I guess, is like a high level
I
skill
mean-
card.
Yeah, but that's a 7. There's a lot of other
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that could use that.
Yeah, I think Bear's high D. Fight me.
If I can agree with situational. Like if you need a skill and you have the money for Bear, then there's no reason not to buy her.
Yeah, and
So,
for
like, Nynaeve, for instance.
for
like,
max level attribute, she's not that expensive. 4 and 6
6 favors so much, especially at the end of the game. We're flipping tier 3s here.
Yeah,
Zero.
you're right.
Unless if you have an excess
Like,
of
It's pretty.
favor.
It can be pretty easy to.
You can if you're focusing on that.
Sometimes
then you're not
you do
focusing
just
on
have
other
an
things.
excess of favor. No,
That's
but
true.
not by focusing on it, but just like by accident, and then you're just like, well, yeah, this seems fine.
Yeah.
Which
If you
is
have the
kind
stuff
of a
for it,
desperate time,
100%.
right? It's like, well,
That's true.
this isn't ideal, but I guess I'll take it.
Yeah, she's
If you-
she's good in D. She's fine.
Man,
Yeah.
spent so long
Okay.
arguing over these like low tier characters.
So is she at the top of D tier though? Is she better than the Tinkers? I mean, I would say she is.
Sure,
I would agree.
top of D.
Alright.
Basil Gill.
Oh,
I'm thinking
She-
he's got to be auto buy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
auto buy?
plus.
I think.
Yeah. There's no reason not to buy him. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Straight in, top of A plus. He's
Yep.
definitely better than Out
Oh, 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Bale Doman. Ship
Useful.
captain.
Free a lot of the time. There's a lot of rivers.
There is a lot
I'd
of rivers.
say he's an
There's-
S.
S.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
He's
he's
A plus.
S.
No,
personally.
Autobuy, yeah. Autobuy.
Yeah.
Auto
He's
buy?
like-
I mean, he's kind of expensive, but he's free most of the time.
So he's kind of
For
like
tier
Andrew.
2, he's not that
but-
expensive and he's free on a river. Like,
Which is most of the time.
I don't know. If someone has an Angel and someone has a Bale, I think like I have to kill that Angel. I don't think I have to kill the Bale.
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
100%.
That's
Like,
true.
he's definitely not S tier.
So
Yeah.
this was the, I said I thought there would be 3, but I'm gonna say 4 because I thought somebody might convince me otherwise on one. I thought the other one might be this one, but
Damn. I mean, like, when
A
you compare
plus,
him to
I
Angel,
agree
though.
with. I think he's an auto buy. I think he's fantastic. He's not as good as Androl at what they do, but he is
Mhm.
also free majority of the time.
A lot of the time, yeah.
So,
So,
A
better
plus.
than Basil.
oh yeah, yeah,
Top,
yeah, yeah.
top? Yeah.
His ability is way better than Basil Gill's.
I agree.
Yeah. Bella is next
S
on the
tier.
list.
Yeah, I would say yes. The early game
Really?
utility out of Bella is amazing.
Okay, I know we love Bella. She's on S tier on my character tier list, which you can watch if you want to go check out one of my older streams. But I can't
No,
put
I'm
Bella
not.
in
I'm
S
not
tier.
serious.
That's
I'm
not
not
happening.
serious with S in Bella and S tier. However,
Okay.
she is.
A plus.
She's
I
hot
mean,
trash.
she's not that great. She's cheap. She
I'd
can get
put her
you
in C, actually.
I'm with Ali.
C.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I'd say at least a B.
I
She's
think-
useful for Rand at the very least, which
Yeah,
obviously is
Which is character
specific.
specific. Yeah.
But it gives everyone, any character, access to a
Once.
level 4 tribute once, yes. But that's an Arrows of Fire for anyone who happens to draw that. That's very good utility early on.
It is. It's great utility early on.
And amazing. Yes, you only get to use her once and she goes to the next person, which is
You're
bad.
gonna have to give me more if you want a higher than C, because that's
Oh,
how I'm
Yeah.
putting it.
I'm saying at minimum B.
But you haven't said anything that actually justifies that.
She's level 4. Like, yes, you have to give it
Being
to a
level
different
4
person.
isn't enough for a B tier.
I think
Altima's
it
level
is.
5. She's excessively trash.
Sure, but
But she's level 4 of everything.
everything.
But
She
you
can
only get her
literally
once.
use. Well, sure. And then she goes to the next
which means
person,
you
and
can
that
use it for
person.
whatever you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That
that's the
person
thing. You're
is gonna
not
be
gonna
too
use
afraid to
her.
use it.
You're not gonna use her on, random.
How many times have you bought
Actions.
Bella and had her sit in your party for the entire game and do nothing?
Yeah.
Never.
True.
Every
many-
time
okay.
I bought her, I have used her. You all are all like crazy for not using her. She is a sleeper agent here, and she is good. Yeah.
Like, imagine you start the game and you got a skimming in your hand. You go to Bell and you get Bella straight away. You've got a skimming turn 2.
Yeah. Well, I
That's
do that
true.
anyway if I'm a naive who played a wards on turn 1 and I'm not a fucking noob.
True, but not everyone is a Nynaeve who's got reward.
True. I mean,
Yeah,
you
we-
also have that arrows of fire potential, right? Like that's an early, like, oh fuck, I just drew something like a bubble of evil, for
Just
instance.
naming
Well,
weaves,
Bella's-
like so
Well,
many.
yeah, because the weaves are the useful
overpowers
ones,
that
okay?
could-
Those are the ones I'm most familiar with. Okay,
Yeah,
I've
but
been
then
playing
you
a
could
lot
have
of Nynaeve.
Berwyn who can play both of those cards more times.
Sure,
Yep.
but is Barrowin cheaper than Bella?
Well, she's
She's 3
favor.
favors, so
So no.
But that's the Weaves is also just one example. Like, you could also
Yes.
use her for Deus Tamar. You could use it for
Right.
leadership. You could use it for skill. It works for anything.
once.
Yeah, once. But like, if you need to play early game,
Yeah, but
Bella
you
does
don't. That's the thing. You rarely do.
I
And you
would
don't
put
want
her in
to use
character
her and
specific.
just give her to someone else
because
for like
people-
a random card.
Just because people are afraid to use her so that it would pass on to the next
I'm
person.
not afraid to
does not
use her.
mean
I
she's-
use it when
they
it's
are afraid-
necessary.
Ugh.
Yeah, I just don't want to give that advantage
But
to someone else. It's
Somebody
not-
who
Exactly.
you use when they're necessary is not
advantage.
average. Someone who's average is someone you use the majority of the time. Someone who you use when necessary is
I use her
See.
every time I get her.
uh
In fact, I go so much as to give her a card that is useless
right,
so
right.
that people can
but
pass her around.
Santa, we okay, so then she has no effect on the game.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah, C tier,
It's still fun.
bottom of C.
Bottom.
No longer.
All right, should we vote for it?
Yeah, all right, vote then.
Okay. I'm saying bottom of B tier.
Ali,
C tier. I don't really care where.
Ants,
I think top of C.
Remick.
I'm still going bottom of A.
Oh damn.
Okay,
Wow.
top of C. I'm not going any further.
Yeah, I mean that's 3 for C. So okay. So above Olivia.
All right, Elaine is the next one. I spent a while on Bella.
Okay.
Wait, who? Oh, Beryl.
Elaine,
Basilan.
first of my end.
She used to be a smaller tier, if I remember correctly.
No, she's always been tier 3.
Has she always been tier 3? Maybe
Well,
it
at
was before
first
she
the
She's
tier
got
trash.
decks
tiered.
didn't exist; they were just all mashed together. But
Yeah.
as long
Okay.
as there's been tiers, she's been tier 3.
Okay.
She's not trash. Berlin's great.
She's not trapped.
She's
the
a
extra,
level 3. She's a tier 3. For tier
Okay,
3,
okay.
I want her to do more than what she's doing.
What she
does a lot.
yeah,
She does.
she
oh,
makes
like,
Mayen a fucking
amazing.
powerhouse.
You
She
can go
makes-
between Mayan and tier.
yeah,
That's
she
so
makes
powerful.
tier better because moving to tier doesn't mean that you're blocking yourself from having a character the turn after.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see
she's
that.
very useful. She's expensive.
Yes, that's the downside of Berlin, the price. Everything else, like once you got her, you're chuffed. You're happy. You're using her as much as you can.
Yeah.
It's just getting her. That's the hard part. So I definitely wouldn't have put her at A+. I'd put her at an A or B
No.
probably.
I think A is too high.
I don't think you can go above B for
I
Like-
agree with that.
like I don't know. I can count on one hand. I think the amount of times I've seen her be picked up. Like the effect's good, but
Okay. I
paying
guess
as
I'm
much as
picking
you
around
do for it.
one.
I don't know.
She does have 7 days to Mar too, which means she could be used to play a card. However, that also means you're locked out of her ability for 3 rounds. So there's a good chance you're not really using her for that, unless if you aren't hanging around Mayan.
And if you play her a lot, she's just gonna become a target real soon.
That's true. Which means it
Slay
would go
on
up.
sight.
Yeah. But she's not Slay on Sight. Because
No,
if
no,
you're not
no,
using
I'm
her.
not saying she is to worry.
Yeah. I would say high B. That's my vote.
Yeah, I'm swayed to that. I'd say the same.
I'm happy with
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
I would say like just behind Aleandra, personally.
You think the assist is better? The assist too?
Yeah. Like dirt cheap assist, I think is
You
better
mean
than
That's
Amalisa?
true. Dirt cheap.
Yeah, but actually,
Oh, right, sorry,
I
I
want
was
her
looking
in front of Aleandra because
Oh no, I was
The art
No,
is
she's right.
better.
Oh, we're on
Right.
about B,
Look
not
at
A.
that
Sorry.
cleavage.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, word B.
Okay, yeah. So you're saying top of B because of the bust.
Yes.
Man, if only Grendel was on this list.
Robin, who's not going?
Well, we
if they-
can do a Forsaken one.
I'll have to change the art before we do.
Robin, we're going
All
Mayan
accessibility
if we
trends.
have Berlin because we have 2 character cards. We have
Yeah.
1 character every turn. You just go back and
Yeah.
forth between
Well, so
Mayan
if you have
and
Berlin, then Mayen becomes 1 coin, 2 favor, an action, and a character. That's like as
There's
good
so
as
much.
a Tarvalon bounce for a Gawyn.
Yeah.
It's effectively on par, which is my number 1 goal when playing a Gawyn between tier 2 and 3. It's a limited window of the game where you can do that, but it's so powerful, and this isn't a limited window, so. Yeah, and Haddon Merc as well. You're right next to Haddon Merc.
Oh, that's true.
Alright,
Yeah, but you're
Berowyn.
already at the tier 3. You're unlikely to be doing that a lot.
Not a lot, but like you play a huge card to kill a Forsaken. You're now right next to Haddon Merc to pick that card back up.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
immediately ready for another Forsaken.
Berowyn.
Okay, better one.
Barrowin. Not cheap, but not expensive. And shield is very useful. Especially if Rand's playing. Specifically if Rand is playing.
I'd put her in D personally, but I could be convinced up to a C, I think. At most.
I think
For
a
Rand,
minimum
she's
of C.
brilliant.
Well,
Also,
against Rand or for Rand, sure.
yeah.
but
Also,
specifically
for
against Rand.
channeling for 3 favor is not bad.
That's expensive. The only reason you're grabbing her is
If
if
you're
she's
Rand.
free. If you're Rand, sure. Or if you want to use that shield to destroy Rand.
Yeah.
Like
So that makes her C character specific.
like if you're picking Barrowyn up if you're picking her up if she's free. You're picking
Right.
her up if you're Rand. You're
Yes.
picking her up if there's no other channeling characters in the game. Not like no other like if Nynaeve and Egwene aren't in the game and you need to kill a follower from Rand, then you're picking her up. I don't think there's any other reason for you to bother with her.
Yeah, that's why I
Right.
put her at D rather than C even.
I think
Like as far as like tier 1 channelers, like I mean
Because I don't even think she's
Worse than
character specific.
Elaine,
I think she's
worse than
situationally character
Rennie.
specific.
Yeah.
I think she's worth at least C tier.
Yeah,
But,
I
I mean,
say
obviously-
C tier 2 because if you're Rand, you're gonna pick her up. So that's
Bottom of C. How about that?
I'm okay with
Yep.
bottom of C.
Basilan.
So is she behind all the
Bottom
followers
means
then?
bottom.
Or sorry, the very bottom. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Basilan, assist, cheap assist, Deus Damar. Powerful.
the male.
At the
A+?
very minimum, B.
yeah.
I think
Ooh,
I
A
could-
plus.
I'd
Straight
say
up to
A.
A plus.
I would go A+ with him too. Every time he's there, like three on its own means you can play almost any tier 1 Days Tomorrow.
Sure.
Plus the assist, so like you can combine him with any other tier 1, and you're playing basically any tier 2. Like
That's
that.
true.
And I mean,
He's also male,
so
so Matt is
cheap.
immediately picked for
Yep.
Matt.
And he's super cheap.
A plus.
And he's a noble.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you see, you really like that noble strat.
It's so fucking good.
Are we going A plus for Basilan?
Yeah, Basilan is hot fire.
Yeah.
All right, sure. Above or below Arthur?
could
I'd put him
at the
above
end of
Basil
A.
Gill.
Above
I don't know if I'd
Basil
put him
Gill?
ahead of Gill, but
They're the same
Yeah, I think
cost.
Gill's gonna same cost, sure, but Gill's going to make recruitment cheaper later.
Okay, maybe behind Gill. I'd put him ahead of Hawkling for sure. But you know,
I mean,
my
I
goals.
can
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
sounds good.
Brigitte Silva.
Okay. I have seen some stupid fucking combos with her.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Which is bullshit. But, obviously useful. She is expensive. She has 9 skill, which is useful. And her ability, so she's tier 3, so unless if you're specifically trying to discard you, or maybe you have a card in hand that can discard her when she pops up, then 100% get her. But like if you don't, and you're not planning on it, there's no reason to get her.
I'd put her solidly in C myself. Not because
I can
she's
agree with that.
character specific. I don't think she's character specific.
She's
I think she's
average.
specific if you have a card in hand that can make use of her.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't think she's quite desperate times, because it's not like you get her when you really have to. You get her if you have a way to make it powerful.
Yes. And she can be extremely powerful if you have that.
And I'd say I think she's probably at the top of C. Like, she's better than Bella and Olivia.
You think so?
Well, I think she's easier
I
to
agree,
get
I agree.
points out of than Olivia, for example.
Much cheaper than Olivia as well. I 100% agree, better than Olivia. And I think you're right. I think she's better than Bella too.
So top end of C for Brigitte. And Bran Alvia, A+.
No. Assist 1.
Have you ever
very cheap.
turned down Bran Alvia?
No.
A+.
Oh, A+.
Auto buy.
Yeah.
Auto buy. The same reason that Arthur Hawkwing's auto buy. Okay, no, fair. Better than Arthur. Arthur. How the fuck you say his name?
Yeah.
He is cheaper. Yes, 100% better. He's only assist 1, which isn't great, but like maybe
He is something to Blood Knife Ring, or throw to a merge roll, or
that's
Slayer,
also very
or
true.
Golem, or any number
Or-
of things.
Gateways
that's
and
true.
stuff.
Gateways?
Enter the ways, whatever.
Enter the ways, sure. Extremely cheap. He is male, which immediately buffs him up.
I'd probably put him behind Bale ahead of the rest.
I don't think he's ahead of the other two.
I think Basilan has more. Well,
I'd be happy with him anywhere.
100% going to use a Blood Knife Ring on Bran. You may or may not use a Blood Knife Ring on Basilan.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could, especially if you had enough
fair.
followers and you didn't need the assist.
Yeah. Between Basilan and Arthur, then. Cad Swain is up next.
Okay. Character specific. I think she's solid tier C.
Bottom of C.
Bottom C? I can agree with that.
I don't even know if I'd put her in C.
Thanks to situational.
I think I'm more likely to pick up Cad Swain than I might Olivia, actually, thinking about it.
I don't know if I would be.
She's expensive. Honestly, I think I personally would pick up Olivia over Cad Swain. She's got 9 channeling. Sorry, what?
Never mind.
Yeah, she's got such high channeling, and for Matt or Rand, the extra hand size is so good.
Oh, yeah.
Right, but at the same time, end of the game, she's very expensive. She cannot be free, period.
Yeah. Well, she can if you have, like, skill.
Exactly. You're at the end of the game.
You probably have 9 skill if you're Matt or Perrin, which
Death Gate with her. You can play
Sure.
all sorts of things.
Blossoms.
I always feel like when I'm getting Cad Swain, well, at least thinking of it like with Rand, like it's more like things have gone to shit, and I need to like I need something to push me back into the game, rather than something that like, oh, this is nice, or like help me stay ahead kind of thing.
But if it can push you into the game again, then that suggests it has a certain level of power attached to it, right?
Right, but
but if you're in the game, you're not going to grab her.
I guess I've been thinking D as like
as Rand, I usually look for her, so
I mean, if you're looking for her specifically, you don't need any more channelers. But yes, the +2 hand size obviously is useful. But she's expensive.
What's everyone saying on?
Well, she is 9 channeling, so
let's have a vote.
Let's have a vote. I'm saying low C.
Saying top of D, maybe low, maybe bottom of C. Or not quite the bottom, but low end of C.
I'm sitting low C as well.
Ali?
I'd go high C, to be honest.
Okay.
I'd pick up Catswing before I'd pick up, I don't know.
I'm gonna put
everyone else though.
I'm gonna be the Dark Two's final judgment, and I will put her above Olivia, behind Bella.
Above Olivia? Oh God.
Senbui A+.
Surely
A+. 100% A+.
Yeah.
Like for tier 1s, he's above before Bail Doman. Like
before Bail
Doman.
Hold on. Sorry, this is Daisy is the one I'm thinking of. Never mind.
Yeah. This is actions and coins.
Yeah.
They also only cost coins.
He also only costs
Major
coins.
point in this.
Yes, above Bail Doman because he's a tier 1, so
easier
you'd
to
pick him up way before Bail Doman.
Useful early on.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, useful all game, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
He's a tier 1 that doesn't outlive his usefulness, so
yeah,
that's harder to come by. Gives him more point. All right, top of A+. That was quick enough. I won't hold as if we're all in agreement. Chelvanin.
Hell, hot trash.
I don't agree with that. I think
by the time you unlock him, his ability is useless.
Yeah, no, his ability isn't why he's good. He's good because
6 skill?
he costs only 5 coins and he can play Fighting Dirty or Forgotten Tomes.
I mean, I guess. I'd be convinced to put him in D tier.
I'm going to be hard pressed to put him below a B.
He's hot trash to me too.
I think he's kind of like.
How often have you had a
like
Fighting Dirty in hand that you can't play?
Not very
Not often.
Yeah.
You not play skill characters without skill?
I mean, I've been playing Nynaeve a lot.
If you're
play Rand a lot.
If you're playing Nynaeve or Rand, and you have a Fighting Dirty in hand, who do you want to see other than Chelvanin or Julian Sandar?
To be honest, I don't even think how many times I had a Fighting Dirty in my hand, so that doesn't really apply.
Or the other one, whatever his name is.
He costs favor.
Maxim. Sure, but I mean, he's not that expensive.
I think he's a C, but
I go with C. He's not E. I refuse to admit he's E.
What are you thinking, Remick?
I could see him in a C, low C.
Low C?
Yeah.
Man.
I think he's above Bella and Brigitte.
Above Brigitte? No way. There's no way I would get him over Brigitte.
No.
He's way more affordable.
Sure, but I look at him and I say no.
Yeah.
If he popped up, I would never buy him.
Some strong opinions
That's true.
here.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Like for me, he's E, and I'm
behind the Tinkers before Barrowin.
I'm okay with that.
I would never pick him up before Barrowin, like not in a million years.
Well, I mean, neither would I. I would much rather get Barrowin, but at the same time,
what can Barrowin
there's 5
do?
of us. Shield, dude. Shield is so freaking powerful. Shield 10, you can literally kill any channeler.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Okay.
That destroys Rand.
Fighting Dirty can kill any battle card, the most important cards in the game.
I mean, this is true. But there's other cards that can do it. I wouldn't pick him up specifically for Fighting Dirty. Unless I didn't have another choice.
Weird.
Wow. I'm gonna leave him where he is before Barrowin.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. I mean, obviously, we have to average it out, right?
Yeah. Coined in Dubai Wild Winds is next up.
A, above average.
Yeah.
I think she's
Doesn't
B.
get exhausted. She's extremely cheap.
Doesn't do
And
very much.
she doesn't do much. Most most coastal areas are next to each other anyway, unless if you're on the left side of the map.
I'd put her in B. Like,
B?
sometimes I buy her, sometimes I don't.
I mean, is there a reason
Depends
not
where
to
you're
buy
hanging
her?
out on the map. Yeah.
If you like near the start, when you flip in near the start of the game and you don't have much favor, and you just like, I need to.
If this was the very first character,
important.
if this was the very first character, I guarantee you would buy that.
Not if I'm playing
Your very
somebody
first
with
flip.
skill on the board.
It's not just the skill though, or like her ability isn't useless. Like,
If
her ability is quite useful.
if I have skill on my board and I don't have a portal stone in hand, I'm not buying Coined in Dubai Wild Winds on turn 1.
All right.
That's like an edge case scenario for me. So,
Mhm.
but that is only turn 1. Like later in the game, she's less disappointing, but also kind of still disappointing to flip over. Honestly,
I mean, later in the game, I'd
kind of
say
feeling
she's
like
useless.
she's like a D. Now I'm thinking about it.
D. No, she's better than that.
I don't think she's
Just
I don't
based
think
off
you
how
can
cheap
like
she is.
one favor is cheap enough that I think you can put her in B, but like I don't know. Like she's not. I'll never feel good about buying her, but like
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't not
yeah.
buy her if like
Okay, how about this?
if I didn't need the favor.
If I'm thinking about her in the same context as Aleandra, like she's below Aleandra,
100%.
but she's
I can agree with
probably
that. She's
above
below Basilan.
Aludra.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
So middle of B.
The only
Oh
reason
my.
like in my head, I'm using her at the very beginning of the game to avoid Trollocs, for instance, right? Along the coast.
Sure.
But I mean, after the mid game, late game, she's really drops in usefulness, in my opinion.
Yeah. Middle of B. Let's move on to Kolaveri. We are burning through these. I say that, but we're on C. But it feels
There's
like
just a lot of C's.
Yeah.
Pop off.
There's
at
just
this point.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
yeah, no worries. Yeah. So Remick is just leaving us now, but thank you for being here. It's
Bye, Remick.
Right.
So,
See you all later.
good evening to you. Sleep well and wake.
I shall try.
You'll try to wake. Oh, okay, bye. Kolaveri.
Yes.
When exhausted, not going to happen too often. You might be able to refund her cost.
I put her top of B.
Top of what?
Top of B.
Top of B? I mean, she's relatively cheap. Is she better than Aleandra, though? I don't think so.
I think she's better than Bane and Chiat.
She's certainly not A tier.
But yeah, I don't think she's A tier. But in a vacuum, she's better than either one of Bane or Chiat. So that's why I'd put her at the top of B.
I guess. Like the Days to Mar is definitely compelling, especially if you don't have any.
Like the coin's always good.
You're
Free
not going to
money.
get that very often. Well, sure. That's like saying Tom's a good pick because every time you go to a city, you get free money.
He is. He's also free. But we'll get to Tom. Aleandra, you guys have been a bit quiet.
I think she's solidly in B. Like, I don't know. Again, like on a character without Days to Mar, I would almost certainly pick her up.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna like I'm not going out of my way to get her.
Yeah.
She's just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree
B
with
tier
all
it
that.
is. So above
like
coin then?
the cost is like, it's starting resources, so it's reasonable.
You flip that turn 1 and then you have nothing. That's fine.
Personally, I'd probably put her at the top, but I could be argued as far down as like Ludra, maybe at the most.
I'd say between Basilan and Coin.
Aleandra is between Basilan and Coin.
You
put her
have it wrong.
behind Vendine
No.
there.
Aleandra was supposed to be at the top.
Or who's that?
Yeah,
Adelias?
Aleandra is in the top. Basilan's behind Aleandra.
No, she's not.
She is
Yeah.
though.
She is on.
I'm aware that you have her in the wrong spot, James.
Okay,
But we all agreed that Aleandra was at the top.
whatever.
We came to a consensus that she was.
We did.
Definitely didn't all agree.
Oh,
Okay, so Aleandra, Basilan, Kolaveri.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Coverall.
ugh.
Okay. 5 leadership
C.
is useful.
Yeah.
Ogier can be useful if you're using the ways. And if you have other Ogier, her ability is obviously useful. But I mean, how many Ogier are in the game? Like 4? Maybe 5?
5.
That includes her, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I have a phone call. You guys go on. I'll be right back.
I think the Ogier, it's less impactful for her ability to buff over Ogier and more just the fact that it turns on your end of the ways.
Yep.
I think she's a solid leadership 5 for cost. If you don't have leadership and she turns on into the ways, I'd put her in C tier. Probably the higher end of C tier.
I'd put her in B. High B even.
High B?
Yeah. I mean, if I see Coverall, I'm more likely to pick her up than I am to pick up,
I'm back.
I don't know, Kolaveri or
I don't know.
whatever.
I'd say she's probably about on rank with Kolaveri to me, so she could be a B.
She's much more expensive, though.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
she's
I
more
would-
expensive.
I would
I don't
say high C.
I would also say high C. Just like the only other tier 1 Ogier is
Eret.
Aerith. So like 1 out of like 60 something followers,
Yeah.
and I don't
Hammond
know,
and
like it's
Hammond,
I don't
Hammond's
know.
2, isn't he?
Hammond's 2
Yeah.
too. I don't know. Like I wouldn't like if you need leadership, she's like you're gonna get at tier 1, right? But like
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. She's just fine.
Top of C? Above Big Girl?
Above Brigitte?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I mean, some people are arguing for B, so if some people are arguing for B and
That's
most of us are
true.
agreeing that she's a high C, then I think top of C seems appropriate.
Fair enough. Daisy. S, right?
I think she's A+. I don't think she goes into S.
I mean, oh, this is Steel. I'm sorry. I keep reading Steel as like interact. She's definitely an Anabai. Better than Stien.
I think she's an A+.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did I say A? I meant A+. Sorry. Like definitely auto buy, but I don't think she's slay on site.
Or was this the other one that I thought was S? I know I had 3 that I thought were S. Oh, no. This isn't the S one. No, yeah, I think she's A+.
So is she above Bale then?
I think she's at the top.
At the very top of A?
Yeah, well,
A+?
Sen Bui's at the top of A.
Yeah, I'd put her right under Sembui there.
Wait,
I put her right
above
above
hold on.
Senbui.
above
I
Or
thought-
above.
I thought we said
Better.
Sen was below Bale. I'm so confused right now.
I didn't. I mean, I don't know how you're keeping track, but I've been.
I have my
mentioning
own
them.
thing right now.
Yeah, I know, but I've been trying to make it very, very clear where I'm putting everyone at final.
I don't know, man. So, Sen is better than Bale then? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Daisy's not as good as Sen?
No,
Daisy's
she's
definitely
better.
better than
She's
Sen.
better.
Oh, she's better than
Right,
Sen.
okay, I'll go
I think
top
so.
to bottom of the list for you, Santa. We'll go through it, how it is
I'm
so
I'm
far.
looking at it. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm looking at where you're incorrect.
Actually, James, could you zoom in?
Control plus.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too far because I need to be at least able to see the road down here. But let me. Oh, there's that banner.
Okay, no,
over
we
the
match
top
now.
as well.
We match now.
So it goes Androl, Days, Sen, Bale, Basil, Basilan, Bran, Arta, Alana.
We match. We
Amalisa,
match. We
Bale.
match.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Dame Flynn.
Okay. If you're naive, trash. If you're anyone else, could be useful. I can see a situation where you would get him.
I think he's somewhere in the middle of D.
D.
I think his ability is really good, though.
It is, especially if you're able to kill, well, any of these auto buys, right? Or Arthur, if you don't have leadership. So I guess the only one that would affect.
Sorry, Robin. I'll fix
You
that.
could
That's
get
not naive.
could get Androl again. You could get
You couldn't get Angel with him.
no, you could get him again from the discard pile if someone kills
No.
your Androl.
Angel's
No,
tier 2, though.
Angel's tier 2.
Yeah, it wouldn't
Oh
work.
yeah, tier 1. Okay, never mind.
Tier 1
it's
only.
not as good.
Right. Like there's a couple of cysts. Artur is one that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Half of Autobuy is tier 1 right now. So like any of them would be useful to get out of the discard if someone killed them.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that he deserves to be above C. And not because it's character specific, but just because like he's average. But at the same time, he's a channeler, so Rand wants him.
Oh yeah,
he's
definitely.
male. Well, they tier 2 male though, so I guess he's already at that spot. Well, Matt wants everyone, but
I mean, even Rand, he's tier 2, so by then it's a bit late for Rand, to be honest.
that's also true. Okay, fair enough. I can accept that.
I'd probably have him at the bottom of C myself.
I can see that. Yeah.
Like he's not terribly expensive, but like he's also not terribly useful.
So bottom of C?
Yep.
Sure, at the very bottom?
Yeah.
Behind Barrowin?
Behind Barrowin, yeah.
Alright.
Darlin Cisnera.
Okay. So
I'm happy with it.
yeah, I figured you would be. How many nobles are there in the game?
Quite a few.
There's a lot.
There's a lot?
Yeah, there's a lot.
At least 20.
At least
I don't know if
20.
there's at least
Holy
20.
shit,
Wow.
James. God
We need
damn.
to
How many
slay
of
some
them have-
nobles.
Alright, okay. Let me okay. One, I'm like hovering over them on the stream. I know you guys won't see this, but I'm gonna count them. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. Uh, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's not 1. 9, 10. Maybe they're in at least 20. I'm still going though. 11, 12, 13. I missed one up there. 14. 15. 16. 17.
Maybe there are 20.
18. No, 18. There's 18 nobles in the game.
Damn. How many of them are tier 3?
They're like not many. Not many are tier 3.
Not many. Okay.
No, like 3
in
of
that
them,
case,
maybe.
like, he does go up more for me.
I think Darlin's great. I think he is the enabler for the
God.
noble strategy. If you can
Sure.
get the noble reducers, fantastic. They're both in tier 1. If you then get Darlin, your nobles become insane. Basilan becomes insane. Kolaveri becomes insane. You can attach whatever cards you want to them and keep reusing them every 2 turns because
Sure.
they recharge so fast.
I could believe that, yes.
It takes some setting up, but the power that's potentially available, well worth it for me. I'd put him in it. I wouldn't put him in an auto buy, but I think he is above average for his abilities potential.
I can see that. I can see him being above average.
Robin
maybe on the
pointing
low
out as
end.
well, even without all the crazy setup, Darlin is incredible for Matt.
Every character is incredible for Matt, though.
Yeah, but he makes all the other nobles that you randomly
Tap
have
faster. Yes,
recharge
that's
faster.
true. This is true.
Which for Matt is like key. Is anyone disagreeing with an A?
I think low A is fine.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Low
So
A.
we're at an A, though.
I'd probably
above
put him
Bane and Chiad.
yeah,
but
above Bane
I
and
wouldn't put him above
Chiad.
Bale.
I'm fine with below Bale. That's where I was hovering.
Below Bill?
Yeah.
Okay, works for me.
Davram Bashir is next.
Expensive. Abilities more or less useless. And
His ability's nuts.
do not lose 1 against a Trolloc Fist on the map.
Yeah,
At that tier in the
which
game,
it means every
sure.
turn you're going through Trollocs at that point in the game. How many troops does that
for
save
okay,
you?
one free point. If you're Matt, then you get to throw away a card. Sure, but I don't think
Well, it means
I
you
would
get
agree.
a point.
I
It's
would
1
settle
point
with
per
C.
turn. That card says gain a point
Sure.
per turn.
Well, assuming you're going through a Trolloc band, yes.
If you're not, it's only because you're doing something crazy,
Well, hopefully.
like a game.
You're at the
Sure.
level 3. You don't care about going after Trolloc Fest. You care
Exactly.
about
Like
Forsaken.
obviously, if
I've-
you're going through a Trolloc to flip a Forsaken, then that's an extra point, and you're saving that troop. I can see that, especially if you're playing with like Maradon and Tarvalon, for instance.
Troops are like the entire end game built around, you
The
know?
amount of
Yeah, but
times that I've lost by 1 troop to Forsaken is nuts. Unfortunately.
Sure.
Yeah, but he's also so expensive.
He is
He's
expensive.
very expensive.
He's occasionally free, but not enough to push him up
Very
by
rarely.
much.
Yeah.
He is low favour though, and at that point in the game, you do usually have a big old stack of gold.
That's
And
true.
only being 2 favour is a point in his favour for me.
I would agree with that. He is 8 military, so would you ever use him for a military card though? If you're using him for the Trolloc Fists?
Yeah, because you move for a Trolloc Fist, right? And then you start a fight with a Forsaken and play Hammer and Anvil.
Okay, fair.
Or whatever.
I refuse to go above a B for this guy.
I'm going to be hard-pressed to bring him below A.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm with Santa on this one.
By you, Ans.
I really think he fits better in low A, but low A, high B could work either way. somewhere in that range.
Well, chat's kind of saying A, so
They're saying A- though.
yeah. So
And
okay,
we're saying A- and B+. We're agreeing on it, and half of
Yeah.
us are saying one, and half
Yeah.
of us are saying the other. So the fact that chat's going to be our tiebreaker
lower
here.
end of A.
Yes. Is he better than Bane and Shade?
I think he is.
I think
He can
Bane
play
and
most of the cards that they can play, but he also has an effect.
he does have an effect, but if he uses a card, he's not using that effect. Oh, okay. For the 2 turns after you use it.
Yeah. I think he's better than Ben and Chiad, personally.
I don't. Because you can play
He's
Bane
a,
and
he's a
Chiad
great captain as well, that's another point.
on low levels. He is a tier 3. Like,
He is also a tier 3. Like, you're unlikely going to buy him if he flips, right? Well, no. We said that he was relatively cheap compared to the other tier 3s, so there's a good chance you'll actually buy him. So, what is the Great Captain card? What does that do again?
It cancels the tactics.
And a tactic is a military?
Yes.
Yeah.
Could be useful. I'm okay putting him above Bane. Yeah.
Okay. I've got him after Darlin before Chiad. Ben and Chiad.
Also, didn't we say Bane was in front of Chiad?
Yeah. I think they got mixed up at some point along the way on mine, but yeah.
Okay.
Brain is next up. I think this is probably around the Olivia zone for me.
Oh, I think he's trash. I don't
Like
think I would ever buy him unless there's
8
like
days
some
to
specific
Mar.
thing.
He gives you a favor when he's exhausted.
Yeah,
so
I think his ability is not to be overlooked on Matt.
I agree, because you presumably, if you buy him, you need the Days to Mar to play cards, and if you're playing those cards, you're getting favor back.
Well,
so you have the potential of.
For me, the majority of the time when I'm buying Brain, it's as Matt, and I'm just tapping him every turn that I can to gain a favor.
True, but you do that with every single Matt, right? Every character, you do that with Matt.
Yeah, but
so
like
I'm choosing to ignore Matt. I'm looking at then that would be character specific, which we were already looking at. Never mind.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking. True. Yes, and like you tap him, and especially if you have the noble strat, you're tapping him every 2 turns instead of 3. So yes, with Matt, obviously you have the potential of giving your favor back extremely quickly. But other characters, you have a good chance of getting most, if not all, of your favor back before the game ends. However, it is a tier 3, so like you also have that chance that you wouldn't.
Are we agreed on C?
I think C for sure.
I guess I can give in to C, but like I don't agree with.
Ali's not hot on it either, by the sounds of it.
Yeah,
is he better than Olivia though? I'm gonna say no. I think Olivia is better.
How about we put him below the Tinkers?
Below the Tinkers.
So above Barrowin? Nah.
You think Barrowin's better? I agree that Barrowin is better.
I don't, but I'll submit to your will.
Don't say it like that.
I mean, well, apparently mine doesn't matter anyway. No one's paying attention to mine other than the time stream, you know. Eben Hopwell is next up. I need to run to the bathroom, so I'm gonna let you guys talk for 2 minutes. Run to the bathroom and grab a drink.
Okay. Sounds good.
Eben to me is an A+.
This is a better version of Amalisa. He costs 1 more favor, but costs 1 less coin.
Yes.
Wait, hold on.
No.
It costs 2 less coins. Yes, sorry. Amalisa is easier to get for free, though.
Yep.
So there's that. Obviously, assist and channeling 4 extremely useful. Perrin obviously wants it. Matt wants everyone. He'll gobble up.
Yeah,
anyone.
Rand wants him.
So like he's definitely wanted more than Amalisa, but like he's still useful for everyone.
Yeah.
And I'd say he's probably just slightly more expensive than Amalisa. I'd say
it's about the same because
they're roughly the same. Yes.
2 coins less and 1 favor more. So
right, but that favor is just ugh. I think the price at this point is negligible enough that we wouldn't have to decide whether or not. Yeah. So is he an auto buy? I feel like he would be an auto buy. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't buy him.
Like even if you're playing with someone who has channeling like Nynaeve or Gawyn, you'll buy him just to keep him from Rand.
Yes. Well, true, but also that assist, especially early game, help you cast any of your spells.
Well, assist followers can only assist other followers. They can't assist you.
Oh, I've been playing that wrong. Shit.
Wait, you've been using followers to assist you?
Mm-hmm. No one's told me no.
Really? I don't think I've ever noticed you doing that. So
I don't do it very often. I've only done it a few times, but.
Oh well, if you got away with it, congrats
Apparently.
to
you. Thanks. Wait, so my whole big argument for Amalisa was not correct then? Which means she goes down.
I still would have put her in A.
Yeah,
so?
she's fine where she is. It's fine. It's just that Eben is gonna go before her.
I mean,
in front of her,
absolutely. I meant. But she's no longer auto buy in my eyes. Or
she
Eben,
wasn't an A plus. She was an A.
I'm saying Eben here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Eben's no longer an auto buy for you.
No, not for me. I'll ask James when he comes back, because I could have sworn that they could assist you.
It's in the followers with assist can be exhausted to add their level to another follower of the same type.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah, I'd put him like high A, but could argue for low A plus. But yeah.
Yeah, he's an auto buy for me. So.
If he can't add his level to you, then he's not an auto buy, as far as I'm concerned. High A for sure, though. We got to keep talking. We must entertain Robin. And then obviously, if you're Matt, you're buying him because male.
It's male. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, he's an auto buy because I buy him if I'm Rand. I buy him if I'm Matt. I buy him if I'm Perrin because
channeling, sure.
And then the girls, just buying him away from Rand.
If you're playing a game with Rand.
Yeah.
Or Matt. You definitely want to buy a different Matts in the game as well.
I just think the rest of the A plus are people that I'd buy.
Where have we got
like,
to?
Period.
Okay, we're on Eben. James.
Are we still on Eben? Okay.
Yes, very important question here.
Sure.
So, well, not even a question. Obviously, like the way the card's written is, I've been playing it wrong this whole time. Assists can only be used on followers. It can't be used on your own cards.
What do you mean on your own cards?
So, like, if Gawyn played a channeling, she could not use assist from Eben.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been playing that wrong this entire time I played this game.
I don't think I've ever seen you do that.
I've done it 2 or 3 times that I can think of.
Boo you.
And no one has called me out on it.
I must not notice.
Yeah, obviously, like, it hasn't happened often, but like
Okay.
that was Something I didn't
assist,
realize.
You can only assist followers. But you can... Yeah, okay, so important things to know about assist, because assist is a weird mechanic. Under a simple HUD, it's a weird mechanic. Assist can be used at any time. You do not need to be playing a card. It is not tied to the playing of an ability. It is just an ability that one follower uses to increase the level of another follower. This can mean that you can use it to save a
protect
character
your shield
from a shield. This can mean you can change the character that would be killed by a Murdral, or by Ravine, or by Grendel. It can mean not only can you do that for yourself, you can do it for other people, because it does not specify that the follower has to be your own. You can, if someone is in a fight and it's Grendel and they're about to lose their lowest level follower, then you can make their lowest level follower higher, and then it's their next lowest level follower, so it'll be more damage to them. There are tons of cool things you can do with assist.
I completely zoned out for like the past 2 minutes. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Good thing.
I'm just
sorry.
You have reconvinced me to make it auto buy.
Yay!
okay. So is that where we're at? A+ for Eben Hopwell?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Above Archer,
I don't know if he's an auto buy. Personally, I'd put him at A. I'd probably put him at the
is there
right about
any
the same point as
situation-
Amalisa.
He's better than Amalisa though.
I don't think
Not
he
only
is.
not only is he channeling, he's male.
Yeah, but
He's
2 favor.
4. Yes, but like
And
one
one
coin
Much
versus
harder to get
Amalisa
for free.
He is harder to get for free. This is true. But is there any point that you wouldn't buy him if he popped?
Yeah. Like
What's
any
that?
point in the game as Nynaeve and a Gawyn. Unless I'm
You
trying
buy
to
him to
deprive
keep
Rand.
him away from Matt, from Rand.
Or to keep Perrin from getting a very useful channeler.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no reason not to buy him.
Agreed. Particularly if he pops up like early on in the games with 4 channeling, you can play skimming.
I'll put him at the bottom of A+.
He's definitely better than Arthur.
Better than Arthur, yes, at the very least.
He is not better than Bran Alvia.
I
am way less likely to buy Eben Hopwell than Bran Alvia.
I mean, Bran is extremely cheap.
Yeah, that's his
so cheap,
thing.
which is his. The only reason he's up
Bran
there.
Alvia low-key flexing as the best card in the game.
Okay, above Arthur,
he's
below
fine,
Bran.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
All right. Well, then we can move on. Yeah, sorry for the delay. I figured if I made coffee, then the quality of the stream would thrive for it. So I made a double espresso.
All right, Edoran, A+, auto buy.
S.
Yeah.
Is he slay on sight?
S.
I don't think he's play on sight.
When
There,
do you kill a Dorian? When
there have
is-
been a lot of times that I have not
Okay,
killed a Dorian.
think
I
of
should have
S.
killed a Dorian.
I
Think of
should have
S.
exactly. That's what I want. That's what I'm thinking as well. He sneaks by.
He
and you
sneaks
just-
by.
Right.
Yeah, you don't notice him until it's too late, and like you see someone with like a massive stack
Yeah.
of like
They
favor,
have like
and I'm like,
15
what the
favor.
hell? Yeah, I should have killed that guy like ages ago.
Yeah,
So,
but
he
like the
should
fact that
be.
he's one
Yeah.
military, he's somewhat expensive for a tier 1.
Okay.
But most people gloss over him, right?
S
Yeah.
can also not just be slay on site, but be
Mhm.
steal on site.
True, very true.
Whenever I
And
see
my-
an Adorian,
But like,
whenever somebody buys a Dorian, the first thing I do is look for a coercion in the discard pile.
I think you're alone in that, though. Like,
But the
I
thing
think
is, he
people-
should be alone.
Well, I'm also got the highest win rate of any player. What's your point, Anne?
Well,
Yes,
not this split.
we should
Not
be
this
feeling
split,
Adoran.
but-
We should be killing him. We should be removing him from the game. I agree with James on this point. Like, he should be Slay on side or still on side or whatever, but not enough people actually do it, which is why I'm saying top of A+.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with Sant on that.
What about you, Ant?
I'm top of A+. I don't think you go out of your way to kill him, which is what
do.
I think Slay on side is.
I do.
See, the problem with this is I agree with James, as we should be, but we're too
not.
thick-skulled.
Yeah.
Wool-headed sheep herders.
This is a should do versus actually do. So.
Okay, so oh wow, I'm gonna be wrong then. Although still, I'm gonna be closer than anyone else was on how many the
That's
S's
because you
are.
did the lowest, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was my
Whoa. I said
third
2.
S.
I said 2 S's.
Did you? I could have sworn
Yep.
you said 6.
No, that was
No, that
that
was
Remick.
Remick.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's right.
Damn
that's
it,
right.
you're gonna win then.
Damn.
That's why you're. That's the only reason you're saying it. A plus, isn't it, Anth?
No.
Tell me I'm
I
wrong.
went ahead. No. Before I
You're
was like,
wrong.
okay.
Okay.
Eteralda's S. Like, if Eteralda or Andrew are in
You
the
know
game,
what?
then they need to die.
Okay,
I'm
right
top.
now I'm putting him at the top of A plus, but I'm gonna
100%
put
agree
a
with that.
poll in chat and ask them if they think he should be S or A plus.
Sure. Do we make a separate column just for a Dorian?
Yeah, I'm making a poll.
Sure, go for it.
Oh right, no, I understand now. No, we don't need a separate column. Right now he'll sit in A plus, but he might move depending on the results of this poll.
All right.
See what the community
again then.
thinks.
So-
Ganon.
How many Siegen are there? Not very many. Right.
Not too many. Okay, let me.
there
I'll
are.
count while you guys talk, rather than counting out loud and delaying the stream.
Sure. 4 coin isn't that bad, and it's 3 leadership, which isn't terrible. The only reason I'd buy her is if I needed leadership, though. I wouldn't buy her for her ability, and I wouldn't
Yeah.
buy her if I didn't need leadership.
Yeah.
So
I'm
the
also
only,
thinking.
the only time I buy her is if I already have step in, because that's just an extra combat strength. That's basically it. So like, I mean, I guess if you
Because
need
water,
leadership,
sure.
but like I don't know, I wouldn't like maybe like a D somewhere. I think I wouldn't.
I can agree with D.
I think I count like 6 other than her.
So she's in the same boat that Abdel's in. Not super useful.
Well, she gets favor
Yeah.
back when she costs
She
coins. It's a little-
Does get favor, which is a little bit better than coin.
Nothing.
She has 1 more level than Abdel does, but she does cost 1 more coin. But I feel
where
like
were you guys
favor.
hovering? Sorry,
we're in D right now.
D. No,
Yeah.
whoa. She's.
Whoa.
I'd say she's C.
C?
Yeah.
What are your reasons?
3 leadership is good for characters that don't have it. She's cheap, she's a warder, and her effect is sometimes useful passively, doesn't require any investment.
So the only
And
reason I would buy
it's
her,
actively better than Abdel's because there's more shot on chan and favor is
100%.
better than coins.
yes, I agree. The only reason I'd buy her is if I needed leadership. I would not buy her for her ability.
No, you don't buy her for her ability. You buy her because she's a cheap follower and her ability may give you some dividends.
It's
I
not
mean, I guess
that cheap early on, so.
yeah, 4 coins is like at tier 1. Sure, yes, it's cheap in the grand aspect of things, but early levels, like
Yeah.
you're not really hoarding that much
The
coin.
warder tag is just an extra benefit.
Well,
like-
sure, like you have what's his name that gets +1 for every warder.
Yeah, and then there's ways to protect your warders as well, and yeah, like the ward. There's a few little warder buffs. It's not quite as in depth as the nobles, but I like Aguianin, and then there's also the argument that getting a tier 1 Sean-chan means you could get a free Half-a later. It means you can play
That's true.
Idam if you draw it.
Also true.
Like, there's some benefits to having a Sean-chan, so I'd put her in C personally.
I can like I don't know. I think she can go on like the lower end of C, but I don't
think she's too high. I'm fine with her at I'm fine with her at the bottom. But I'd put her next to Chell Vannin personally. They're like a similar purpose to me. Maybe below Berwyn. I think she's probably better than DeBrain and Dharma.
I would agree. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Between DeBrain and Berwyn.
Yeah, Ali's huffing about it, but
Oh yeah, no, I was just thinking that I was laughing that we might have to split the stream.
split the stream? Nah, we're fine. We're like halfway through.
No, we're not.
I mean, I have to leave in like an hour-ish, so.
Well, let's just go faster. We'll stop arguing as much.
Well,
No, that's the fun of these, though,
it.
is the arguing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The longer we spend talking about it, the less time we're actually rating characters. Alida Doevrin
Yeah, but
is next.
honestly, the whole point of this is not to say, "Hey, this is what I think." Well, it is to say, "Hey, this is what I think." It's not to actually rate the characters. It's to have that conversation, right?
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
the whole point
no,
of a tier
I know.
list.
No,
So,
I'm
like-
saying let's stop having this conversation.
But
Not let's stop
no.
having conversations about the characters.
But I like this conversation.
But this is distracting from the stream.
No,
Yeah, but
the
that's
stream
why
loves it.
you made the stream so it
Yeah.
can be chaos. I'm sorry,
Chaos.
but
You
no, you
wanted
don't get
chaos.
to say now, I want law and order. No. This is chaos.
So Alida,
Thank you,
I think she's solidly like mid C. She's
So
not.
she's in the same boat as Darlin is in, right? Like, how many Asadai are there
No.
in the game?
Her ability just doesn't like I don't know.
It's not.
I guess if you have like channelings, there's less Aes Sedai than there are nobles.
Yeah,
I'm sure of
nobles
that.
are split across
Really?
different colours. That's the difference. Whereas like the
That's
Aes Sedai,
true.
other than Swan, are all channelers.
Okay.
My rationale on Alida would be to put her below Bella, above Cad Swain, because I think she's like mid C. The reason I put her there is just simply because she makes a good old treatise target for Rand.
Yeah. She makes a
Okay,
great old
that's
treatise
true.
target for Rand.
I have seen that a few times. So.
And she's not that expensive either.
Yeah, 4 and 3 is like a reasonable amount of each resource to
Yeah.
have in the middle of the game.
4 and 3 is also like among them. Like I don't know. It's as expensive if you're combining both resources as any tier 2 is going to be, right?
Yeah,
Like, I don't think
but
she's
it's
particularly
not
cheap,
too
but
much
she's
of either
reasonable.
one that you need an excessive resources to buy her.
Right, so like if you look at Avienda, like you need a shit ton of favor, but like in the grand, well, no, I'd say Avienda still looks more expensive
For
than
a
she
cost,
is. So
she's a really high level channeler.
Yeah.
she is.
Yeah.
8 channeling is huge.
Yeah, I would agree. Above Cad Swain, mid C-ish, or I guess high C-ish. I don't know. Somewhere in C.
Below Bella, above Cad Swain.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Elaine is next.
Okay, so we've already agreed that Avienda is never going to be bought, therefore Elaine is never free, so we can ignore that part. Now, cost.
Unless you're a Rand who had to buy Avienda.
True.
That being said, Elaine's cost, I don't think it's that bad. When
But
I'm
it's not that
flipping
bad.
tier 3 coin cards, I have 9 coins.
Right.
And
And
1 favor.
how many Andorians are there? Like, there's quite a bit. I feel
There
like
is
there's
a
a lot.
lot of Andorans.
a
I'm
lot.
not
So,
gonna
like,
count
she
them.
could be extremely useful then.
At least as many as there is nobles.
Sure.
Uh,
Is she A, though? Does she
I think
go up
she's low
that
A.
far?
I
don't
think she's
so.
low A. I don't think she's an auto buy. I think she's a buy in specific situations, but the potential power level is definitely there. Like, I've had Elaine's for +6, +7 in games before. Not when I was like trying actively to recruit Andorrans, but just when I had some Andorrans and bought an Elaine at the end of the game.
Well, there's so many like tier 1 Andorians. Like they're cheap as hell.
Exactly. And not only that, she's got 9 channeling.
She does have 9 channeling, which is useful for
even if you don't have Andorran, she can play Blossoms of Fire. Like, she can Slavish on her own. For one favor, I think she's probably the high end of A, because she's close to an auto buy for me the majority of the time, unless I'm playing a channeler who has high level. So maybe that's why I'd not put her in an auto buy, but in an A for me.
I can agree with A, but I don't think she'd be a high A.
Yeah, same. Put her like mid A.
Is she better than Darlan?
I think she's better than Darlan.
Is she better than Bale?
I think she's better than Alana.
I don't think so.
She's better than
Alana
Amalisa.
has more useful. Elaine has that potential to be just boom, just amazing. But at the same time, like Alana has more early game utility. When obviously Elaine is going to be
with you.
end
I think she's below Alana. I think she's above Amalisa though.
Okay. I can agree with that.
That's what I settle on.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah.
What are you thinking?
She's high.
What do you think, Allie?
I mean, the amount of times I bought Elaine are like maybe once.
Oh.
How many times have I bought Amalisa? Probably every time I played Rand.
You have to keep in mind, for a long time, Elaine had a different ability that was trash. So
also, like, she's tier 3, and there's a good chance you're not going to draw her before the Forsaken are drawn.
Yeah.
So, like, she's better than less
Bale, though, right? Random 6 military versus +X combat strength.
I mean, that 6 military could be quite useful. Oh, although, yeah, like, potentially Elaine could be a powerhouse. Yeah. I mean, would have to build her.
She's got way bigger potential than Bale. Way bigger potential than anyone in the A category currently, in my opinion.
I 100%
really, because
maybe
who's
not
going to use her for that
Alana.
potential? She's going to be useful for Matt.
Anyone who bought
everyone's useful for
any
Matt.
of the characters that we've already put into A+.
Yes, this is true. Like, if you have A+, you have +5 or 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 Andorians in
already
A+.
In that.
If you had all of them,
out of the 9 cards in A+,
yeah.
6 of them are Andorran.
Yeah. So
that's not.
Well,
right.
let's just say you only have those, right? Those are the only ones you focus on. You spend all game keeping those. That's a +6 to military.
It's just nuts.
Sorry, +6 to combat.
Yeah, I think she's better than Amalisa. But
okay, yeah, I can see that.
So better than Amalisa, not as good as Alana.
Yeah. I think Alana's real good.
Alana is good.
Getting
that
the
early
leadership,
game utility,
real good,
yeah.
real good. I'm with like utility and value over power, but power over just good value, which is what I consider Amalisa. Else Grinwell is next on the list.
Free if you are Mel. Free most of the time.
Yeah. Well, 60% of the time.
Which is most of the time, because Matt and Rand are the 2 highest played characters.
Are they?
I know Matt is. Or at least used to be.
Highest win rate. I don't know if the highest played. Let me have a look on the tally real quick. It looks like... Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Rand is the most played, and then Matt, and then Perrin, then Nynaeve and Gawyn.
So, sure, technically 60% of the time, but in reality it's probably closer to like 70, 75-ish.
If you want to be precise, it is 61.2 96% of the time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Great. Sounds
Yes.
good.
For anyone on the stream wondering what the fuck I'm doing, I was adding together these numbers. I think that's what it adds up to. Whatever it is I just said, I
Probably
forgot
incorrect, but
I don't know if that's
important.
how the math works out. But...
So, Else Grinwell's free 60 point something % of the time.
yeah,
Um,
the mass majority of the
but
time.
also, the vast majority of the time does relatively fuck all.
Sure. She's also Chandler, so Rand immediately wants it more, right?
Yep.
I'm hard pressed to put her above some of the other characters in here.
Ooh, we're putting her in A.
Okay. Yeah, hold on. I haven't agreed to A.
No, I know that. No, but I know. I'm just saying, like, when I'm trying to think of what category she goes in. You know.
So she's Andorian, so obviously, like
B is reasonable as well. Like, she's
I
around similar
can
level to
agree with
Aleandra
B.
to me.
I think you can argue, like, I don't know. I think she goes in C just because I'd never actually buy her.
Yeah.
Like, you take her if she's free, but I would never spend money on her.
You take
So,
her
like,
because
Really?
she's free.
I don't know. Yeah.
that's
Like,
true.
you could argue like low B, but I would argue like somewhere in C, just because like I would never just.
I
like,
can agree
buy
with
her.
C.
You know.
True. I wouldn't.
There are times when she sits in the tavern row and gets ignored because flipping over a new character is more important than recruiting a free Else Grinwell.
True. Now, say you're playing Rand. Obviously, C's character specific. You're playing Rand. You could then discard her to get
Yeah.
Elida for cheaper, right?
She
Yeah.
has her uses, but like
Yeah.
the vast majority of the time, she doesn't do very much.
I can agree with C.
Okay, yeah.
I think C is reasonable.
Where at in C?
Yeah.
Below the Tinkers.
I think above the Tinkers.
Above the Tinkers.
So below Olivia?
That's certainly not better than Olivia.
Okay. I'm fine with after Olivia.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
We'll
fine.
call it that and move on. Oh god, now I'm gonna have to zoom out so that because it's gone too big now, so you can't see what's coming up.
Elias.
Elias is next on the list. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god.
Expensive.
I can make these columns different sizes.
But so useful.
Could be very useful.
Could be free.
Especially, could be free. I mean, probably not free though. Like Hopper, sure. And like if you have Hopper, 100%, like there's no reason not to get Elias. Like,
Yeah.
you'd be stupid to say no, I don't want Elias. But like his ability is actually quite useful, especially when you get into those tier 3s.
I would put Elias at the top of A or the bottom of A plus.
I agree with A.
Yeah.
He's on like the border between A and A plus for me.
I can agree with that.
Because he's not an auto buy every single time, but he's an auto buy. Like if I flip him and I have the resources, I'm buying him every time.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go out of my way to try and get the resources to buy him majority of the time.
And at the same
Sure.
time, he is free to someone most of the time because it's unlikely that Hopper doesn't get picked up.
Well, I don't know. There's 65 cards in the tier 1 deck.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd say I probably see Hopper about half the games that I play.
But like, yeah, my point is, if you
I see him a
flip
lot.
him and you have the resources, when don't you buy Elias?
Yeah. Like the potential of drawing Olivia, for instance, and saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's a free Olivia,"
Yeah.
is very useful.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that Nynaeve, if she has a Hopper, can absolutely abuse the fuck out of him.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like that's some depth herd level of abuse going on.
Mm.
I don't know anything about that trial. It's just don't take me for someone who cares.
I can agree with an A.
Yeah.
I think he's above Alana to me.
That means he's be above Elaine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make him above Elaine.
Right. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Top of tier 1 or top of A tier then.
Very top.
Come on.
Yeah. Very top. Aerith is next up.
Assist. We've already talked about it. It is useful. Only one favor.
She's between Basil Gill and Bail Doman for me.
No.
Basil Gill and Bail Doman.
Yep.
I mean,
Aerith's
I agree
fantastic.
with that.
To me,
she's an
Aerith
Ogier.
is Bran Alvia with the Ogier tag.
Yeah.
This is true.
And with the assist tag.
She's slightly more expensive than Bran.
And she can play
but
Careful Word.
she can play a better cards.
And
she is
she
an
gives
Ogier.
you, enter the ways and stuff.
Yeah.
And like if she pops up, there's no way you're not buying her.
Mhm.
There's literally no reason not to get her.
Yeah.
Unless if you were stupid and bought, something else with your favor, and that was just you being unlucky.
So, but I don't think she's better than Bail Doman. Just on terms of like what she can do.
Yeah.
I mean, she would be. We would have to compare her to Brandon, just like Bran, just like we compared Eben to Amalisa, right? So Eben was just slightly better, and I guess Aerith is just slightly better than Bran.
Yeah, but I think she's better than Basil Gill and Basilan as well.
Yeah.
She's basically Basilan, but doesn't cost a coin and has Ogier instead of Noble.
Sure.
I don't think she's
so
Basilan.
she, for your thing, because she's an Ogier, she is better than the Noble.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Early game Ogier, sure.
Just Enter the Ways. Enter the Ways is so good.
Enter the Ways is very useful.
Not having to sacrifice to Enter the Ways.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that's where I'd put her between Bail and Basil. But if you guys want to shift her down a couple,
I can see her being better than Basilan. I'm okay with her there. Yeah, what do you guys think?
I don't think she's better than Basilan, but that's fine. They're both like it's the
Alec?
same basic spot,
Yeah.
right, regardless. So.
Yeah, I don't think it matters that much. She's below
Okay.
Bale, whatever.
We can keep it there then.
Sure. Fail is next up.
Okay.
B.
Free of your parent.
Yeah.
B?
Bang average.
Being average? I can see that. She's not super expensive. She's got disarm, which is useful.
Top,
and
I'd put her near the
saves
top
mark
of B, probably above Elaine at least.
I don't know.
Maybe
I don't-
maybe
I
around
can't
the
remember-
same as Kolaveri.
I can't remember the last time I saw someone pick her up that wasn't parent
Better.
for free.
That's just true. I think
I
think Basilan is better than Feli.
think she's pretty good for a Rand as well. Like, we were already saying how great Disarm is earlier on. So you can't forget
Disarm
that.
is very useful.
She's fairly affordable.
She's pretty cheap. 6 coins is not hard to get.
Right now on my screen, I've got a right in the middle of B, so between Kolaveri and Coin, and that looks good to me.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, sure.
We don't need to spend too long on File. Furic Creed.
Furic.
He's okay.
Which ones are plots?
Destamar.
Thank you.
Yeah. And he's level 7
be
military. He's
So he's
kind of on the pricey side. I'd probably put him at a
is.
very similar spot to Elida, personally.
I'd put him way lower. Because Elida, you go looking for her, she's
Yeah.
useful for that, whereas
Yeah, that's fair.
Furic, who looks for him?
Maybe not way
That's
lower,
true.
but lower.
It's like he's on a somewhat same usability as Alana is. You just don't get access to him until later.
Maybe like
right, and he costs more.
after Egyanin before Dobrin and Dema. How's that?
Where is this at?
C
C.
after Egyanin.
Yeah, that's fine.
That seems a reasonable spot for him. He could maybe go up a couple higher even, but I know you've got Bona for Berwin.
Who the fuck is Agiana?
Egyanin.
Again,
I see her. Okay, between Dobrain and her, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I found her.
Galad.
Okay.
Also, for what it's worth, that poll seems to be going. It's 60-40, but 60 is on A+, so we'll leave Adorian as an A+.
All right.
yay!
But
Now-
yeah, Galad.
Not sure if it matters or not, but I voted in there.
God damn it.
I don't know. I'm one of the viewers right now. Okay, I feel like I needed to.
You also use assist to you to your player, so we need to start keeping an eye on you. Closer eye on
no.
you.
Galad.
Galad.
I don't know. He's another one.
COD for me.
Take him if he's free. Don't really take him otherwise.
Yeah.
Like
7 leadership. He is tier 3.
And when he's
though,
free,
so like,
you're in last place, so doesn't that count
yeah,
as desperate
that
times?
feels real bad.
I'd put him solidly maybe at the top of D.
Top of D? I
Yeah,
can
just
agree with
because
that.
if you
Yeah.
do get him, his
I
effect is
don't
great.
have-
Especially if you're Matt and you can tap him every few turns.
That's true. I
But,
mean,
like,
okay,
Yeah, it's
every
never
character
good.
is useful for Matt, so that should not come into
No,
play.
you keep saying
right?
that, but specifically
I know.
characters that have abilities when they're exhausted are the ones that I
true.
keep saying are good for Matt. Not
That's
just
true, that's
every
true.
follower. People that say
Mhm.
gain X when exhausted, they're the ones I'm pointing out as good for Matt, so stop saying that.
Okay. So we're doing top of D, above Bear.
I think that seems reasonable, right?
Yeah, I don't have a strong
Yeah.
opinion on this one. So
Yeah.
I'd be similar tempted with Galdrian, but he's maybe bottom of C rather than top of D for me. Galdrian is
it's for
next, by the
Galdrian.
way. Yeah, he's the
Galdrian.
9 days to Mar troop when exhausted. Free and carry
once
on.
again,
He's fine.
good for Matt.
I think. I
Um,
think he's solidly in. Like
I think he's
somewhere.
in C. Yeah.
Low B, high C. I don't know. Like
I would
I've
put
seen
him
it, like-
high C.
Yeah, I have
That's
low C.
expensive.
low C.
I'd
low C?
put him at the bottom.
So
Maybe
below
above-
Dobrain?
Maybe above
I'd put him
Dobrin.
Dobrin.
I feel like Dobrain would be better than. Well, maybe not.
Well,
'Cause
he's
troops,
kind of just
endgame
like
troops are better.
he's just a big Massima, right?
Sure.
So I think either way, either side of Dobrin is like they're pretty equivocal to me.
Personally, I would prefer Dobrain over Galdrian, but I mean, also late
Well-
game, Galdrian could have more use because it'll give you more troops.
Yeah.
Like if you were to go through those
Let-
Trollocs.
We'll put
You'd-
Galdrian ahead simply because he has one more level and can be free.
Okay,
Very
yeah.
unlikely to be free, but sure.
I mean, it's not.
I
that
guess he's
unlikely.
less expensive too. I was
Yeah.
looking at Dobrain wrong. Okay, never mind. I agree with that.
Galdrian,
I thought Dobrain was.
Dobrin, Gareth
Yeah.
Britton.
Okay. Not very many Aes Sedai are going to be revealed at tier 3.
I put him at the top of B.
Top B. Like, okay, 10 military.
He is a
can
10
hold
military,
a
yeah.
Great
heron marked
captain.
blade,
That's true.
and he's
He
a great
can.
captain.
This is also true. You're not getting him for his ability. You're getting him for 10
No,
military.
but his ability can get you some value, because it's not when you
It
recruit
can.
them, it's when they're revealed, and there is a fair
When
amount of
they're
Aes
revealed.
Sedai, so, like, they do get revealed
Are they in the
consistently
tier
through the game.
3, though?
But
Yeah.
not necessarily everyone's always looking in the tier 3. There's usually at least one person digging through the tier 2s because they can't fight a tier 3.
True. Fair enough. That's a good point.
And there's Aes Sedai, like, evenly spread across the levels at tiers, I'd say.
Okay. He is expensive.
He is expensive. He's
I
very
can
rarely
agree
free.
with B. Yeah, very rarely.
But 10 military, complete,
Heron Mark
kill
Blade.
command, Hermat Blade,
True.
anything else, and also a great captain, also has a sometimes useful ability. I don't think you can convince me lower than a B.
No, I think you've convinced me to put him in B.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Where at in B though? Certainly better than Aludra.
I would put him second after Aleandra before Basilan. I could go below Basilan though.
Yeah, Basilan's just.
Hey.
If you
Yeah,
have
I think you
Basilan,
could.
ha!
I leaned into the camera, don't worry, Ali.
Right. Basilan's just so. If you have Basilan, she's just so damn useful.
Yeah, maybe below Basilan. Before Kolaveri.
Sure.
Goal is next up.
Assist.
I'll be back in
Cheap.
30 seconds, but I have a
Male.
feeling he's going to go into top of it.
Auto buy. There's no reason not to get him, right?
No.
He's in the same
You don't
exact
need
boat as
military, you
Eben
don't
is, except he's assist, he's cheap, and he's male. The only
but
reason
Military is not as good as channeling, right?
Yeah.
that's true. I guess Matt doesn't, or sorry, not Matt, but Rand doesn't necessarily need him as opposed to Eben. So maybe top of A then?
I think top of A is fine. Like,
Yeah.
I
Top
can
of
see
A.
the argument for A+, but I'd like.
He can also play the shoe whatever it's called, the one that kills anybody else if they're you play it within the Aiel.
Yeah, the Usquai.
That's the one, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Cause he.
It's like he has more utility now than Eben did.
For me, you're talking about Eben. I don't think he's an auto buy.
Don't think so?
I think he's top of A. But
At the very minimum, top of A.
I don't think I'm buying him on any character that has military.
True.
I mean, I guess.
I'm buying
can
him on any
attach-
character that doesn't have military, 100%. Not on
Well,
the
sure.
ones that do. So he can't be an auto
But you
buy
could
because
attach-
that's 60 point whatever percent.
Sure. You could attach Usquai to it, though.
I mean, yeah, but how often do you do that?
I mean, if you had Usquai, you would.
You can also
at
attach
the-
Usquai to any number of any other characters that you probably have.
This is true. But he's cheap. I would agree
He's
with
not.
high A.
Yeah.
High A
High A.
at the very minimum.
Yeah, I'm good with high A. Personally, I think he's probably below Alana.
Okay. I
Yeah.
can agree with that.
Yeah.
Between Alana and Elaine.
Okay.
This one should be easy.
Yeah. We all know.
Bottom of E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bottom of E? God
Moving
damn.
on.
Yeah.
I guess? I don't know.
Gawyn bottom of
Wait.
E. Yeah,
I-
it's terrible.
I'm sorry. You just have to. He has to be there.
He's
Other leadership
great.
followers. How often are you using leadership followers?
How often are you ignoring Gawyn when you're playing a Gawyn and he's in the tavern room?
Every time I'm playing, like I
Yeah.
don't play.
I don't
her
play a
lot,
Gwen. So
But when I do and he pops up,
Okay,
I'm always
but
disappointed.
my point is,
so
Santa, he's free for a Gawyn, and even she doesn't fucking want him.
yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
So
leadership
worst
is
card in the
great.
game, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he intentionally designed as the worst card in the game. He's
Is
meant
he
to
now?
be fucking useless.
Oh man.
Yep.
Geoffrey Bornhold.
Disarm.
I'd probably put him on bang average. He's
Bang
the
average?
same as
I'm okay
like
with that.
Fire.
Yeah, I'm
to
okay
me.
with that. I have no feelings either way. Like,
Bottom of B is fine, I think. Like, I don't know. He's like a slightly better Covril, but with no free thing. Like, no chance of being free.
Maybe below
So.
Aludra. Before Adelias.
before Adelias? No, below Adelias.
I think
So
the leadership is real important for the people that don't have it personally. So I have
So
a
is
really strong
channeling.
bias towards it.
So is channeling more important than leadership because with 6 channeling you can play Arrows of Fire, you
Gateway.
can play stuff.
Gateway.
Yeah.
Okay.
With
We'll
5
put him at the bottom of
leadership.
B then. We'll put Geoffrey at the bottom of B.
Very bottom. Okay.
And Grigorin is next. Bigger version.
Immediately better. I'd still say B tier.
Yeah. I'm gonna argue to put him above Coin because
Sure.
I think the extra 2 levels actually make a fair bit of a difference here because Cover Me is
Yeah, you could use it
7.
with 7, and that's a disarm at the same time.
Also,
honestly, I'd say
he's
a
above
noble.
Fally too.
Yeah.
He's a noble.
He is a noble.
Yeah, he could be
above
Fail.
Fally too.
Fail.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm fine with him below Kolaveri.
Okay.
Halwyn Norrie. My G. I love this
Useful.
guy. I don't know why I love him.
And we've already talked about how many Andorians there are, so his
Yeah.
ability is useful no matter what.
Top of B, below Aleandra.
A
Somewhere
maybe?
in B, I think.
B,
I don't know if
I got another
I'd
phone
say
call.
A.
Right back.
Yeah.
I don't think he's A because he's like a bit awkward cost the time where you're likely to flip him.
I also just don't think like a level 2 with like he's an expensive level 2.
You
so
get
you're
him
basically
for
buying
his
him
ability,
the
not for his
ability.
attribute.
So like I think I don't know. That's why he's B for me.
And like his ability is not
I'm
a
back.
Dorian level. So
yeah.
So where are we putting him?
Top end of B.
That's where
somewhere
I
near
think
the top.
Top end of B.
So I think somewhere in B. Jameson, I think top end.
Yeah, I think top of B. If you want to argue low A, I could possibly put him at the bottom of A.
I'm thinking A, yeah.
Opinions, Ali?
We can go top of B.
Yeah. I don't know. Top of B, bottom of A.
Alright, I'm gonna go with the very top of B.
Above Alariani? Or fucking
Aleandra.
however you say her name.
Aleandra.
That's the one.
Yeah. Elder Hammond.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like every, or most at least, Waygates have a character. So there's a good chance.
A plus.
A plus.
No.
Simply because he's
Tier 1
free
feat?
most of the time. And
Well,
like
sure.
Learn from the Best is arguably the best card in the game.
Learn from the breast is a feat. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
It's a tier 1 feat.
It is a tier 1
never
feat.
loses its relevance.
This is true. You have
And he's an
convinced
ogre,
me
and he's free
to
most
say
of the
that
time.
he's better than I originally thought. I wouldn't say A plus.
I think he belongs in A.
I agree with A.
Yeah.
But we're at an A.
Okay. Top of A? I think he's an A+.
Near the top, at the very least.
So
Sorry?
I think he's A plus, Elder Hammond. So if we're going A, then I'm gonna like. Personally, I have him above Elias. I have him above Art of Hawkwing and Eben Hopwell. Maybe not Ranalvia. I'd probably put him
I think
Ranalvia myself.
I think I'd rather have Eben than Hammond.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Personally.
Alright, we'll put him at the very top of A then.
Sure, I can do that.
Hamar is next.
Hammer.
Yeah, and we are
If you're
burning through
Matt-
these now.
We are. If you're Matt, it's
Yeah.
useful.
Character
He's
specific.
very useful. He's very
Uh,
useful if you're Rand too, even though he's expensive.
I mean, Free Favor
Because-
isn't that bad. Okay, tier 1 though.
Yeah.
I think Hamar has to at least be an A. You could argue A plus, but I think A.
No, he's not an A.
I don't think he's.
Yeah,
I don't think he's
he
on the
is.
buy.
He is.
Nah. He's like
I-
not even that good for Matt. I think he's better for Rand than he is for Matt, to be honest.
He's definitely like best for Matt out of the 5. But
Like,
Well, yeah.
I mean, Rand out of the 5. But like, I don't know. I would always want to pick him up if I could.
I wouldn't on the vast majority of characters.
I just think he's so good, especially like you buff up those assists, and then suddenly you have like tier 1 characters, like
Yeah,
L
but
tier
okay,
1s that are
so
just playing everything. and whatnot.
If I'm playing somebody who doesn't have skill, I'll pick him up pretty much every time. But if I've
skill
got
5,
skill,
yeah.
if I've got skill, unless I'm Matt and I'm still looking for males, I don't care about him. Personally, like, I'd care less about him than I would about Dobrin or Goldrian or the Tinkers.
Sure. I'm gonna go with average B, middle of B. Is what I'm thinking.
Any objections to a B?
I would have gone for an A, but sure.
Sounds like B's where we're settling it. So it's fine.
Well, he's probably
Okay.
about Kolaveri level, isn't he? So That's around the
I'd
middle.
say she's better than
Right.
Kolaveri. Like, he's a little more expensive, but
yeah, I've got him behind Gareth, ahead of Kolaveri in mine.
yeah, I can agree with that.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Fair enough.
Just a heads up, I gotta go in like 10 minutes.
Oh no.
No
Yeah,
worries. We will go as we can and power through these last ones.
Just don't leave it to
Harinding.
just me and James.
Hey.
Yeah, if people just slowly drop off, I'll keep trooping to the end. But
You'll end up doing it yourself.
last as long as you can.
Sure.
I'm always the last one to finish. God damn.
Damn. You know, some girls don't like that.
Most girls do, in my opinion. In my
I mean-
experience.
Sure, like, great, but then they're just like laying there and yeah. Anyway,
So Hareen,
Yeah. Yeah.
Lay, just
Moving
lay.
on.
There's something's not right. Okay.
Yeah.
immediately,
Yeah. Let's just move
not
on.
useful.
Hareen, desperate times.
Yeah, I can see D tier. She's certainly
Like-
not trash.
If you've got Bale, I'd pick her up. If I don't have
Hareen-
Bale,
True.
I don't care.
That you make a good point there. Like, if you have Belle, 100%, like, get her.
But that makes her C.
Well,
I'd put her in
No,
D
that
personally.
character specifics like player character, not.
Yeah, but
go
still,
all
like
this way.
it's a big.
I mean,
if.
we put another character in there for the
personally-
same reason, though. So
I'd have her below Ela. In detail.
What's that?
Ela? Ela?
So in
So
D.
below
Have
the
her lower than
Tinkers.
Amis in D.
Lower than Amis?
I think so.
I don't think she's lower than Abdul.
I think she's better than Ames.
Who's
It's
Ames?
fine. Let's talk about
Amis.
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 Must have got
Amis,
used
okay.
to Santa by now.
Come
I
on.
can't say any of them right.
This is a product of reading the books
No,
for
no,
10
it's
years with
fine.
no one to talk to about it.
It's fine. It's fine. Now
Poor
you are
Santa.
friends. You need to
Or
learn.
Santa. So
Uh,
we're going below Amy's.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
You
Okay.
could put her above.
I think she's
I just
below
think she's better,
Amurna.
yeah.
I don't think Amurna's worse than Hareen.
That's
Think so?
fine. Like, it's the same area.
Yeah. I'm gonna
That's
put below Amurna and we'll move on to Hartha.
All right.
B.
Artha.
Solid B.
Cheap. Military 6.
Good effect.
Can be free.
There's not very many Ogiers. Like,
Yeah,
obviously...
let me remind you, his effects changed a few patches ago, so...
So it's no longer that?
Well, I don't know what you... for a long time,
It's
it gained
combat
strength
strength.
when you recruited. Now it gains
He's-
combat strength equal to the amount of Ogier.
Oh,
Pardon,
Thing you are,
yes.
James.
So yeah, I got the same thing. There aren't very many Ogier in the game.
No,
So
there's
like,
5.
unless if you had them all, and I guess you could be doing
I
Tree
actually
Song
did
over and
this
over
the
to
other
make
day.
sure of that.
I
Yeah.
don't know if any of you guys were in the game, but I actually had... I had Hartha, Hammond, and Loyal, I think. So... Hartha was giving me an extra 3 strength. And it,
Sure.
like, it was fine, you know?
I don't know.
So definitely
think-
useful.
Like I don't know. I always think of him as like kind of like a bit better than Coretti. Like
Yeah.
somewhere in C.
If you're at Creed, yeah.
I would agree with C. I was thinking C.
Personally, I have him above Adelias and Geofram, just for the cost. 'Cause
wait,
he's
where's
like,
Adelias?
They're in B.
yeah,
B.
B tier. Like, I'd have them. I'd have him after Aleandra, personally.
It's fine, I think.
Just for like
Sorry.
Low B, I see.
cost for value, he's pretty good.
Yeah,
Where are we at?
5 points is 6 military. Yeah, he's fine in
I
B.
mean, and it's always at least 1 combat strength, right?
Yeah.
Like
It's always
like
at
1
least
combat strength
combat
is a
strength.
ton, but it's always like it's something, right?
Yeah.
Especially because it can't be cancelled and whatnot. So.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm getting very distracted. Where are we putting him?
B
Below
apparently.
Aleandra.
Below Aludra?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna do one more and then there we go.
Hatch.
Hatch. A+.
Okay, so those two are gonna lose the view of it then if you go. But
I
yeah.
have one open. I can.
Oh, sure,
open
sure.
one for
Hatch is top of A, bottom of A plus to me.
I think bottom of A+. Like, he's expensive, but if you're playing the Tavern Row, then he could be very useful.
I don't think he's quite an auto buy for me, so I think I'd put him at the top of A myself.
Mhm.
Because I don't think I buy him on every character, but if I've got the resources to spare, I'll always take him.
Okay. I'd be willing to go down to just A.
What about you two?
high A is fine. I agree that I don't like I always think like I should, but I don't. You know, like it's hard to argue for 3 favor, especially if it's not like super early where you're getting the value back and whatnot.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
Like, if you get him late game, there's no reason.
But
Yeah.
like, obviously he's phenomenal for Mart. Outside of
yes.
Mart, he's great for Nynaeve. He's
Why Nynaeve specifically?
Yeah.
5 leadership.
Yeah, but
Oh,
3
I
favor
see.
though.
There are better leadership ones though. I would never specifically
Yeah, but
buy him for his leadership.
Well, you might if there's none of us that came up in that game. You know?
True. Okay.
Like, if Hatch
I
is
get what
the
you're
only
saying.
leadership follower that came up, he's fantastic for Nynaeve. He plays
Sure.
an old treatise, which finds you an Androll, which gets you tier 3.
Yeah,
Sure,
but
sure.
Ovril does that, and she's an
Yeah,
Ogier
there-
too.
Yes,
There are yeah. So
Coverall's more
with that,
expensive.
but
that-
Hatch has a better
Hatch
effect.
is also better. Yeah.
Hatch does have a better effect, but she's only 1 coin more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the effect, though, that puts him so much higher to me. Well, not so much, but 2 tiers higher, you know? If Coverall's at the top of C, I think Hatch is, like, reasonable at the top of A.
I agree with that. I personally wouldn't buy him for his leadership specifically, unless if I was really dying for a leadership follower.
Yeah.
So I can go with top of A. Is
But
he
my point
better
is,
than Elias?
okay, a lot of the if you think about it, a lot of the followers that we've got in A+ are, like, quite low values, And that's because their
True.
effects are so good. Like, take a Dorian, for example. There's
Mhm.
very relatively few followers that have good effects, like Hatch, and also have a reasonable level, and that's why I rate him so highly.
Sure.
Top of A?
I mean, I was going A+, so like
Yeah, I'm fine with top of it.
I'm totally fine with top of A. Like
Harried
the
fell.
top, the top.
The top.
Okay.
Harried fell.
I gotta go. Anthar, did you?
Yeah, I'm just
to copy?
adjusting my tier list to.
Okay.
No. I have a tier list open to look at the thing, so I'll just
Great.
make sure mine matches James's properly. And
Yeah,
then-
I'm just watching James's
Then
screen.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Oh,
Bye.
you're just watching me anyway. Okay, that's cool. Thanks for joining us, Santa. On we go.
See ya.
Herod fell. D.
Hang on, I lost my place here. Where the hell is he? Okay, there. Other skills.
Yeah, I put him like below. I put him at the bottom of D, honestly. I don't think he's that useful for anything.
Not really,
Get him if it's free, right?
but that's about it. I wouldn't pay that for him. So
Yeah, unless you have a
Nah.
fighting dirty or follow the thread in hand that you need to play,
yeah, and no other skill followers.
which would
So
be
yeah, exactly.
classified as desperate times.
Yep, absolutely.
You with us, Ants?
I would agree.
Herod fell goes at the bottom of D then, and we move on to Hopper.
Hopper's an auto buy, I'd say.
Auto buy? I don't think it's an auto buy.
It's one combat strength plus.
Above average, I'd say, but like free favor for just one combat strength. I don't know if that's. It depends who I'm playing. Like if it's Rand, I don't care. I don't care about Hopper.
Yeah, that's true.
If I'm Perrin, I probably don't care about Hopper. If I'm any of the others, I'm probably getting him. So I don't think I could put him in an auto buy if there's two characters that I'm not that bothered about him. Ant's very quiet. I know he's just updating his sheet, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I just trying to think. Like I don't know. Like I was saying, like one combat strength is one combat strength. Like, I don't know. It's.
You buy him on every character?
I don't know if I'd buy him on everyone. Like, oh no, I don't think he's auto buy. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't think he's auto buy. It's just I don't know if I'd put him in like.
So I think we're safely settled
Low A
somewhere
or-
in A.
Yeah.
Like,
Where
it's
in
fine.
A is the main question.
Maybe below Davram is what I would think.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Does that sound
All
alright?
the way there.
Where do
Well,
you think he should be?
I'd say he's like below Hatch.
I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's that good at all. I don't think I could put him above Elaine with any measure of confidence.
Yeah, but he's so useful on lower levels.
True.
When you need that +1.
Maybe below Alana then? I think Alana is better on more characters than Hopper.
Yes, I agree.
Sounds good.
Alright. Hurin! Everyone's favourite sniffer.
Yeah, I think he's
Oh,
D, maybe C.
Yeah, it's probably a D in it.
yeah.
Level 1 tactics. There's not too spicy in there, is there?
Yeah, and then he doesn't hit skill 6 for the
Yeah,
dirty.
so he's
Yeah.
pretty bad, isn't he? Very rarely free. Probably below Herod Fell.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
fine
agree.
with that.
Ivon is a bit better. Another
Yeah.
skill card.
I don't like I always like him just because people don't usually like. I guess people don't usually grab him and Maxim, so I've always liked them just because like there's so much denial and shenanigans you can do, right?
Yeah,
But,
for
like,
sure.
like
you
somewhere
can-
in C is what I would feel.
I think I would argue he's a B. I'd put him like above Hammer personally. Main reason being he can play fighting dirty.
That's fair.
The ability is like it's not going to come up that often, but if you have Blood Knife Ring in hand,
Yeah.
you can
Or
get a battle for free or something like that. You know,
like the shenanigans that like the two of them with Rennie can enable are like I don't know. It's a lot of like stuff to get there, so it doesn't like count for much, but it's a lot of fun. So.
But even on his own, like for 4 coins and 2 favor, level 7 leadership is he's
Skill.
at least
Level 7 skill.
sorry, yeah, skill. Well, he's at least the same as Grigorin, right? Who we've already got in B.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
the same value on face value, except skills maybe you could argue that skill's slightly more useful. He can play backflip with that. He can play fighting dirty. He can play Forgotten Tomes.
And I remember, I think it was with one of the games with you where you had Gawyn blood knife rigging and Ivan just not letting him die.
Yeah. I think I actually attached the blood knife ring because I was just saving him every time with Ivan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
sounds fun.
I think somewhere in B for me. Where do you guys think we should put him in B?
Above Hamar is fine with me. I don't know.
Hello, Gareth.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Johanna Rishma is up next.
He's so he does what Hurrien does, but for Androl. We've put Androl above Bale. And he has 9 channeling on his own. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
somewhere
could
in
put him
D.
above. Yeah.
Maybe
Like,
below the Tinkers.
Oh wow.
Above a
Yeah.
Mace. That's where I'd probably
oh,
put
that
him.
zoomed in farther than I wanted. Yeah. I mean, 5 and 3 is expensive, but it's not like
It's not
crazy.
that expensive.
The difference
For chasing.
between like Jahar and Elida, to me, that makes Elida better, is that she is in the tier 2 deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
And in the tier 3 deck, there's like I'd prefer pretty much, unless I'm running an Androl game, I would prefer any other channeler in the tier 3 deck to this.
Yeah. That's fair. I can't
Yeah.
remember the other tier 3 channels. There's what, Logain, Catswain.
And like I think the
who would they
Tinkers are more likely to pick up in the average game than I am Narishma, so I think
Yeah.
I'd put him
That's fair.
above Amis, but below the Tinkers.
Sure.
Just for Anan, yeah, I think this is an A+.
Sorry?
I think just for Anan is an A+. I think he's an auto buy pretty much whenever, unless you don't have the coins, which is rare.
Yeah.
He's cost efficient. You might not get any use out of his ability, but 3 for 4 is already good, and it can be a useful effect.
That's fair.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So
Can you stop scrolling so much?
sorry.
I'm sorry?
Thanks.
Oh,
No, I was talking to James. He scrolls so much.
I can't not scroll though, because I keep having to go up and down to find the next thing to grab it and then move it. But I
Chill
probably
and
do
sand.
scroll when I'm idle as well. I'll try and stop.
Yeah.
Just for a Nan, where are we putting him though? Probably below Beldomen.
Above Everett?
I think he's about on par with Aerith.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Like, he could go on either side of her for me. But...
It's fair.
Yeah, definitely.
Julian Sandar.
Fighting dirty with disarm is always like it's.
Yeah.
It's
I think
nice,
I'd probably have him at the bottom of B myself.
Yeah, I was thinking bottom of B is the highest I would put him. I think you could argue somewhere in C as well.
He's a slightly better version of Chalvanin, and I think it's enough to justify a higher tier. Because he's disarm and he's sometimes free. And he's cheaper.
Sure.
Or he's the same price, isn't he? Yeah, same price.
I think that's fair enough.
Sometimes free, has disarm. That's enough to make it a tier higher for me. So I'd put him at the very bottom of B. Maybe even like above Geoffrey Bornhold.
Yeah, I think he's above one. Just like cost wise, he's like one higher in level.
Yeah. He gets recruited more often than Bornhold does.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's a pretty easy way to judge these, honestly. Karini Nagashi.
I love Karini.
I do too.
I also love Karini.
She's great. Auto buy.
I would put her in auto buy.
Yeah.
I thought I would
her
have to
on
fight
most
to put her in
characters.
auto buy. So.
Yeah. No. I can't think of a situation where I don't buy Karini when I have the opportunity to.
Yeah. Good.
Unless okay, I can. It's when I'm playing a Gawyn or Nynaeve and Randy isn't in the game.
Yeah.
But like even then, there might be an argument for it. So
her attribute.
Unless you're really struggling for coins, you know.
Yeah.
So it's edge case scenario where you're not buying her. I think that means it's an auto buy. Once you got her, she's probably around the Jasper level to me in usefulness.
I think that's fair. Somewhere in that area. Yeah.
Maybe between Jasper and Aerith.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Kintovia. Low cost
Kintovia is
assist.
the other one that I love.
Yeah. I'd have him at least A, if not A+.
Yeah. I would agree. I don't know if I could like. I don't know.
I wouldn't
like every
say
time I
he's
see
an
him, I
A+,
want to buy him.
but
like every time I see him, I want to buy him. But I don't know if he's like literally like. I feel like I have to buy him. You know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So, do we not think he's an A+?
I would say an A. I wouldn't say A+.
I feel like he's got to be top of it, though. Like, he's just so 2 coins for 3 assist skill is like.
Yeah, it's such good value.
It's just such good value, yeah. Such good value. It's not flashy. It's nothing flashy, but it's such good value. I think top of it is fine for him.
Yeah.
We'll move on to Lan and Grigorin. I think Lan is gonna be a low C to me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Probably. Don't think he's higher than anyone in C, actually. Maybe Furyk Creed. Slightly better than Furyk Creed, just based on cost. But
yeah.
I don't think he'd go much higher than that for me.
Sounds fine with me. Like, I don't know. The skill
he doesn't do that much, like.
Especially getting him at tier 3. Like,
and
like
he's
2 troops when you're fighting
points.
Forsaken is so like at that point it's kind of unless you're the old Matt, then it makes sense.
So, do you guys have him above Creed?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Under again, under.
Laris.
Laris. She is A+. Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Any
Yeah,
objections,
definitely.
Alf? Yeah. Where do we have her though? I think she's probably between Days Kongar and Senbui.
I think that's
Yeah,
fair.
that's fair.
I was gonna say like, oh, well, maybe if you're not going to Tarvalon as much, but like when you get her, then you know you should go to Tarvalon.
Yeah, exactly. And like, this can be so good. Like, it's good if you're Matt and you're going to Tarvalon every turn, like Matt does. It's good if you're a Gawyn and you're bouncing in Tarvalon every turn, like a Gawyn does. It's good if you're Perrin and you go to Tarvalon every other turn, because it's actually not bad for Perrin. It gets him a troop. Like, not many people seem to realise that, but Tarvalon's actually pretty good for Perrin.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she's solidly up there. Liana.
Yeah.
She might be another argument. I don't think she can go in E just because like another follower after 2-3.
E?
But
No, she's not E. She's
I was gonna say
good.
C.
I don't think she's good.
I say C.
Oh, that's higher than I put her. But like,
I
I don't know. I can see an argument for it, but
she's free sometimes, and when she's not free, she's 7 channeling for a round.
Yeah.
But like, getting her flip when you're like playing Perrin or Matt and you're not quite ready to go for a fight, so you flip tier 2s. Flipping a Leanne is fantastic. You're
Yeah.
like, oh great, free channeler. You know?
yeah.
So I think I'd
That's
put her as a C for that reason. Because like,
And her attribute is pretty damn good.
yeah, 7's enough to play Gateway. Can play Call Lightning. Can play, any tier 2. Fortal. Big
Yeah,
cut
and other
waves.
channeling followers can use an action 1 higher than their level, which is great.
I mean, I'd probably put her above Elida, because all the reasons that Elida is where she is. But
Elida is very
sometimes
good
free.
because she has that she's very good for Rand to use.
Yeah, but you can
to
ultra
pull
boost
her out.
Liana as well.
Yeah, but she's not.
She's the only Chichu Damani. She's just not as much channeling for Rand.
Yeah,
Oh,
just one less channeling. But for the times when it's free for other characters, when we're not just talking about Rand, I think she's better than Elida. Like, Elida's good for Rand. Leanne's good for any of the boys.
I suppose
Yeah,
that's
but
fair.
they're the same price, and Elida has more channeling.
But Elida's very rarely free. Okay, we'll put her below Elida. Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Go with your pagan ways. Linny
Right.
Eltring. 5 skill disarm. 3 and 2. I think she's about Hurin level to me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to scroll. I don't know why it's happening. I think my scroll wheel's broken. Sorry for everyone on the stream there. Yeah, I'd put bottom end of D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe slightly above Hurin, but probably not better than Herodfell.
Yeah.
Login, I have around the same point as Cadswain and Olivia, yeah.
Solid C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just...
See, I mean, he's great for Rand.
Out of the 3, I'd say he's probably the best, because his cost is the least annoying to pay. And he has the 10 channeling, and he gets you an extra hand size. So, like, I feel like out of Logan, Cadswain, and Olivia, Logan's a bit like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I agree.
That's fair. I don't feel strongly about him either way. Like, this is fine.
But yeah, I think Liana's better because she's free sometimes. So
Yeah, and Logain is
she's
another
3
one
dice.
that you can use. What was the card name
Blossom.
to pull him out?
You know what? I'd never actually thought of that. Old treat is
I know
Logain,
because I wrote him down.
Gawyn.
I took notes.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
is he the
if
only
you're
Yeah,
gonna
he's
ult
the only
trees
one.
Logain, like that's tier 3, right?
When
So-
when did you take these notes?
At some point
Like you
when I
went
kept
through
playing
and-
Rand and I didn't know
Oh,
which
wow.
ones are the ones. So...
But like, he's tier 3, right? So you can't ult trees
Yeah,
into
yeah.
tier 3 to begin with, right? So,
Oh, you can't?
no, because
We
he's
can't
tier
all
3,
treat
right?
the tier 3 deck if you're tier 2.
Oh, okay. Oh well.
Well, yeah.
I think I'm happy with him there though. After Liana.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily need him for the channeling. That extra hand size is very useful.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, he's fine where
Well-
he is.
Well, cancel, it's fine.
Yeah.
Loyal.
I can see him I could see him being an A.
Top.
I don't think you go above A though.
By favor.
It's like at some point someone's gonna hit enough leadership to pick him up, right?
Top
But
of
like,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's fine. 'Cause, like, I don't know if you're
Yeah.
gonna go out of your way to buy him. But
Either
someone's
somebody
gonna get him
gets him
free.
for free, or somebody buys him because somebody else was going to get him for free.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's always like, well, I guess Tree Song doesn't get played much, but it is something.
Yeah. He's the best Trees on target as well, so yeah. I mean, he's the best Ogier, right? So if we're going to put a Hammond in A, then he has to be above Hammond.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
wait,
fair.
Eris A+? Eris better than Loyal? What?
Yeah, but Eris is so cheap.
Yeah, but, like, that feels wild.
I know. Value for money.
Alright, I'm gonna run for a whiz, fight about my gun.
My gun.
My
Hang
God.
on. What does
Well,
she
James,
do?
uh,
Oh, she's a level 2.
level 7 channel.
Yeah, tier
Tier
2. Yeah. Oh,
I think she feels like just like Elida and Leanne to me, where it's like
less
no,
useful
worse. Yeah.
because
So many
she's
Andorans.
Andorran, so she doesn't get pulled out with thingy.
Yeah, I don't know, like maybe below like Logain and Cadsway, just because she's I don't know. You take her if you have to, right? But like, no one's looking for a Mygon.
Yeah, exactly.
She's just like, yeah, I don't see putting her above them.
Where are we at on my gun?
She's in C. We were thinking below Cadswain and Logain, maybe above Olivia. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe even below Olivia actually.
I'd put her between Chelvannin and Berrowin.
I don't know where those are. Hold on.
So under
Oh, there,
the
okay.
Just below
yeah.
her.
Yeah, fine.
I
I
can
don't
see
care
it.
that much about her.
She's okay. Her cost's awkward.
Yeah.
She's good, but her
She's-
cost's awkward.
Yeah, she's not exciting. There's
Yeah.
nothing.
Maxim.
Maxim.
Probably
wanna
right next to Ivon.
Yeah. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Like, so
They
much of
have
the
to be
value
next
comes
to one another.
together too.
Yeah.
So,
I would argue Ivon has slightly more valid targets to play. So I'd put him above out of the two. So the 7 skill's slightly more useful than the 7 leadership.
yeah, I think like I don't know if it's
Yeah,
actually
but
true that I guess there's not more
the
skill, but it feels like
passive ability is better.
I think they're both about as likely to be usable, right?
Well, not really,
Well,
because how
okay,
many
then, yeah.
warders are you gonna have? Maybe one, but how many Ice Die can you have? A lot more, probably.
Yeah. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
hair threads in it, you know.
Yeah,
They're next
it
to
doesn't
each other
matter. They're
anyway,
together.
so
It's fine.
I want to max him together. Talon Vought is the next up. Yeah, I think he's bang average.
Yeah.
Probably around the same level as Aleandra.
Yeah. He's like a cheap assist follower. Those are always
Yeah.
nice. He's a male. He's
I mean, if we compare
sometimes
him
free.
directly to Aleandra on levels, he's on par. He's also a male, but he costs one more favor. So I think below Aleandra for the one more
Yeah.
favor is
And he's kind of like
reasonable.
he's basically just like worse Gaul, right? So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
triple is fine.
Massima is probably top of C to me.
I thought I would have to fight to get him to C, but yeah, I agree. Like obviously Matt likes him, and
That's it, though.
he's solid on leadership. Like if you need leadership, he's solid.
Yeah,
but-
so he's great for Matt. He's okay for Nynaeve, but the main thing that Nynaeve wants leadership for is an old treatise. So
Yeah, and he's just a little too low. So
to
yeah,
me,
Yeah.
he's C.
Yes, C.
But probably the high end of C because he is very, very good for Matt.
Put him. Ugh, I don't know.
Maybe
Probably below Elida.
yeah, I was thinking below Bella, but below Elida's fine as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Milan Mendiana.
Who the hell is that? And I've never seen him before.
4 Daystamar disarm noble cost 4 coins and a favor.
It's one of those tyrants.
One of those tyrants.
Yeah,
Uh,
I probably have
does.
him between
It's very
Agulmar
It's
and
not very
Heridfell in D.
Yeah.
That's fine. I would definitely put him in D. Low D.
Mullane.
Placement somewhere is fine.
Elaine is great.
Yeah,
Elaine is
she's
amazing.
at least an A.
Yeah.
I think
Uh,
I don't know. A or B is fine. I guess like cost to value is good.
Yeah, she's great value for money. Her effect, Her ability to enable free tier 3 followers, ding.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's great for Rand. She's great
Yeah.
for anyone who doesn't have channeling. Solid A. She's not as good as Alana. I don't know if she's as good as Amalisa.
I was gonna say I think we put her below Amalisa for sure. Like I don't know if she'd be above like Basil or Darlin, but I definitely think she's like below Amalisa.
Yeah.
I think
below
they're very
Amalisa is fine.
comparable,
Yeah.
to be honest. So we'll put her between Amalisa and Bale.
Sure. Sounds good.
Min Farshaw.
A plus.
Yeah. I don't think
You
Like-
don't kill her often, do you?
no. Like I think
But
I
you
don't know.
definitely
Like
buy
for
her.
me it's similar to the Adorian thing.
I would put her above Adorian for the express reason. Like, I think their abilities in different ways are about equivalently powerful.
Yeah.
And for the express reason that she is harder to kill or coerce, I'd put her higher.
And she
Yeah, I
has
agree with her. With that.
free for hand, which is always I don't know, it's something.
Yeah.
Then Moraine.
Ah.
I have a feeling she'll be going somewhere with near Elida and Leanna. That would be my assumption. So like high-ish C.
I'd have her like below Bear in D.
Ooh.
Personally,
I guess the cost. I didn't really think about the cost, to be fair. I don't know. I guess with Rand, you never really want her to be the tier 2 you find. If you
unless
find
you
her,
just sat on a stack of favor.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same with. Yeah, that's fair.
What are you saying, Ollie?
I don't know that she's that low.
What would make you put her higher?
Well, hang on. Let's see. 1 and 5 for 8 channeling. with disarm. 3 if you're tier 1. She's not bad. She's
She's just not good
great.
either. Yeah.
I could see her like being like in that upper couple on D, but like on C, I think she's just like inferior to Mygon, right? So I
Yeah.
don't think she goes any. I don't think she's between Mygon and Leia, somewhere in there. Whether it's D or C, I don't know. Like I could see an argument either way, I guess.
All right. How about we'll put her at the top of D?
Okay, top
Because
of
it'll
D
make
works.
Rafe uncomfortable. Sorry. Mogestrakand. Love you, Rafe. Not that you're gonna see this.
2 and 1. Well, you know, she's great. Come on.
Yeah, I'd be tough
I think
not
she's
to
A+.
put her next to Basil Gill.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just basically like, well, I guess it depends. Because Favor's worth more than coins, but then he's leadership too, so you can play like Messenger or something. She's more
Yeah, I
expensive.
would put her above Basil Gill.
Yeah.
That sounds fine to me.
For the fact that the favor discount is so good. And as we mentioned already, tons of Andorrans.
Yeah.
Nalisian.
Nalisian. Anne's favourite.
I fought hard to get into this game. I didn't fight that hard, but
Sorry?
Yeah, Anne fought to get me to make Nalisian a card.
James didn't even remember who Nalisian was. It was very sad.
No, I remember who he was. He's the one who died in the 5 Flights of Hell, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I never died.
In game though, I'd put him at D
It's very
tier.
hit or miss. Yeah, I think that's fine.
I think he's like solidly at the bottom of D.
I think I'd put him ahead of Huron. I don't know.
I'm not mad
I
at
think
that.
he's actually in C for his ability.
See, like
he would be like that for Perrin would be awesome.
Yeah. It's just like, how often do you draw the Nalisian and the charge?
and then,
Well, yeah, but that means that Nalisian is character specific. It doesn't matter how often you draw him.
the only thing I was thinking, like when you he's already 7 military, right? So his charge is his abilities acting, giving like 3 combat strength, and then like compare his price to like Coretti or I guess Land or something like that, and like I don't know, it's not quite up to that level, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I could see like a lower C or a higher highest D.
I feel like I'd always prefer to have Aguila than Nalisian. That's the problem.
Where's Aguilmar? Hang on.
He's in D.
Oh yeah, in D. Yeah, but Aguilmar is tier 3, Nalisian is tier 2.
And that makes him better?
Yes, because you can play him sooner. You can get him sooner and you can use him sooner.
Go bottom of C so we can move on. We've got 32 left.
Oh
my god.
Be done before 3:30, I think.
I think we should start charging from now on.
Charging?
Yeah, Elysium, charging.
No.
No Charon. I don't know, man.
I don't want to put him in E, but like he's just worse. He's definitely worse than Bear, right?
Nah. He's better than Bear.
You think so?
I would never pay 7 favor for him. Like,
yeah, but that's not the point. When would you? Right? When would you pay 6 favor for Bear? Like, you do it when you have a card that lets you get them for free. and that's when they're good.
Yeah, but he's not free.
Yeah, but you play like a fucking, I don't know, Tower of Genji or something, you know, or a
already have-
Elias or a
Yeah, Elias.
whatever.
We're
You
in
know,
agreement
I'm not
that
saying
he's
he's
like,
good. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think he's that trash. Like, he's very expensive, but if you get him, he's great.
so are we in agreement that he's like top of D somewhere? Or are you thinking higher than that?
I think top of D seems fair.
I wouldn't put him above Moraine. Come on, or Galad.
Yeah, I'd put him below Golad, but above Bear.
Okay.
Because, like, let's be honest, you're never paying for either one of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Right.
Olva.
Wait, you skipped Asunawa.
I don't know. Why isn't he there?
Asunawa's an R.
Yeah, he's further down.
What?
Yeah.
Olva's
It's
next.
RH. Radam. Verso. It's alphabetical.
Okay, in my list he's right after Null. Doesn't matter. Okay, Olva.
Yeah, Radam's a few away, yeah. He might have dragged him by accident also.
Over's
Yeah,
got
could be. I might have dragged him by accident. Sorry.
character specific, right? Or maybe
No, I think
situational.
he's A+. I think he's an auto buy.
Oh, really?
Unless Matt's not in the game. If Matt's in the game, he's an auto buy for anyone. Right?
I guess.
Am I wrong?
Like, I don't know. I guess that's
I don't know.
similar to the logic to Hopwell, but like he doesn't have the assist, but then it's.
Like
I'd
his
put him
only
at the-
usefulness is his.
I'd put him at the very
Ability.
bottom of A+. But if Matt's in the game, there's no way that I'm not buying him, whether I'm playing Matt or not.
I don't think I've ever bought him as Rand.
I've bought him as Rand. I don't know. It just feels like I don't know. It's like if Tavir isn't an A+, then I don't know if Over can be. Is the way I feel.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I'm alright. I'll hear that. Let's put him below Kintavir then.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, above Hatch. Pedron Nile. Free if you have a white cloak. I think I'd probably put him in C. High end of C. Maybe low end of B. Myself.
Yeah, if he's free, he's great. Otherwise,
6 military. He is also the cheapest great captain. And lowest level great captain. But I think he's probably quite at a quite similar level to Bornhold.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I'd put him ahead of Bornhold.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's fine.
Between Bornhold and Julin seems pretty reasonable. Pavara. She's quite situational, I'd say. So probably around a similar level to like Liana to me.
I think that's fair, but I think she's definitely like below Liana, just because she's not like an old treaties freebie.
I wouldn't put her. Maybe.
She could be below
I'd be
Olivia
below.
even.
Yeah, yeah.
Below
That's-
Olivia, above Elskrinwell though. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, sounds good.
Pico Ramshalan. I think he's gonna be an A+.
Yeah.
I would
To me,
never,
he is.
Low A+.
almost never know by him,
Yeah.
just because he's cheap. Just the
Yeah.
male stuff.
I would argue
And I mean, the ability
he's better than
good when you
Arthur
need it.
Hawkwing.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Robin's favourite tier 3 Forsaken. Rihanna Corley is up next. D.
Yeah. was gonna say you could maybe argue for a C, but like the situations where
To me,
Yeah.
she
ability comes up,
is
it's-
above Herodfell by 1 place exactly. She is pretty much on par with Herodfell, ever so slightly better, in my opinion.
That's fair. Like bottom of D is fine with me. Like I almost never see her get played, right? So it's hard to. Yeah, that's fine.
Sure. I think she's more useful than Herodfell.
Yeah.
For the ability, to be honest. Like, that's another way you can just, like, Blood Knife Ring or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a desperate time if you're buying Rihanna quality.
Yeah.
Reinhardt 4.
I want to say she goes into auto buy because like once you
Yeah.
can afford her, she gets bought, right? But she's so expensive, so
Yes.
I don't know if she still belongs to auto buy when she's like burns through everything you've gotten up to that point.
She is an auto buy, but she is expensive.
But she is an auto-buy.
Is she? Or is she a slay on site? Now, I didn't think I was going to be arguing for an S tier Reinhardt 4.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
I'm genuinely considering it. Because how often do
Yeah.
you see a Reinhardt 4 and go, fuck? I need to get that out of the way before I can even consider touching that player.
Yeah, that's true. But is it on site or is it like
Yeah,
Okay, I
it's
wanna
not on the
start
site. Okay, so
fucking about,
she is
so-
solidly in the A+ tier. I think we're all agreed on that then.
Yeah.
In terms of the power of her ability, I would say she is more powerful than Senbui.
I would agree.
Yes.
100%.
I'm not sure she goes any higher than that though.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Like, I don't know. Like outside of like it's weird because like she does hold her value as a tier 1 for so long, but
Mhm.
that's just through like the smooth skirts and the Waltered calves, right?
Yeah, but those are relevant for the entire game, so.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm happy with her there. Above Senbui. Alright, now we've got Azanoa. Radama Azanoa. E?
I think that's fine. Like, I don't know. You never. It's not good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, E.
You never want to get him, right? But he's.
Yeah.
I'd
3 and 3 is like
maybe just above Gawyn, so Gawyn's still in bottom.
yes.
Yeah.
And then I think I moved mine around. Is it Ruak next?
Yeah.
It is.
Ruak.
Ugh.
Gonna say C tier.
Why?
Because there is enough IEL to make his ability usually at least 2. More if you try and make it more.
I think like he's just better than Hartha. He is more expensive, like way more expensive than Hartha. So maybe not quite up to there.
It's Hartha. Oh, Hartha's in B.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree.
I-
Yeah, because of the
yeah,
price, I don't agree with that.
I wouldn't put him that high to be honest, but it's not even character specific, he's like situational.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, these category names, they're just a bit of fun,
Yeah.
really. It doesn't have to be specifically character specific.
Yeah, no, I get it,
Situational
but
is-
like would I buy Ruark before I'd buy, I don't know. Who else?
Nalisian? Yeah,
Wait, where's Nalisia?
bottom of C,
Lycian's bottoms.
for example.
Like I think Ruark goes ahead of where the heck these things are. Like he definitely goes ahead of like Lan and those guys there.
Yeah.
Whether he like I don't know. It's hard to say how high he'll go.
I would.
You won't go any lower than like mid C.
I'd probably put him next to Mazima.
That's fair.
Like to the left of Mazima. Personally, I think that's a pretty reasonable spot for Roaxland.
Yeah, I think he's better than Mazima.
Rizal.
I think she's definitely A+. Maybe a high A.
Yeah, I'd say high A. She's kind of on par with Quintavia. More expensive.
It's not quite as cost efficient, but yeah, it's like they're like
yeah.
It's like
between Kin and
Eben
Oliver, I think.
Amalisa, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine with me.
That's
Rodel Itzerald. This should be an easy one.
Yeah.
the lay on site.
it's definitely
However,
nice.
who's more slay on site?
Rodel
Rodel.
to me.
I think Rodel's more slay on site.
I think Androl is.
You think so? I mean, so I'll
A
say
few reasons, but I'll let you go first.
I think Androl should be killed more, but I think Rodel gets like targeted by shit more than Androl does.
Okay.
Yeah, because Rodel is like immediate. Like as soon as you see him, he's a tier 3. By that point, you're flipping Forsaken.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to get rid of him as soon as you see him. You don't want to wait. You don't want to give the other player a turn to flip a Forsaken and get all that freaking combat strength.
So, my logic is Androl easier to kill, and that makes him killed more often. That's one point. And easier to coerce. Rodel takes, to me, Androl gets up and going quicker, can have an effect on the game quicker than Rodel, because sometimes people aren't anticipating the Rodel, and they won't have a card in hand ready for it. It might take them a couple of turns just to draw a tier 3 card that makes a good discard. So there's usually less immediate pressure in my mind when I'm playing against Rodel. Plus, at that point in the game, I've had a much higher chance of revealing a disarm character, and Rodel can be managed pretty effectively with disarm without having the need to kill him. And for those reasons, I would put Androl higher.
I think that's fair. Yeah, like...
Have I convinced you, Ali?
Kinda.
I mean, they're close. They're biting each other's ankles. But, yeah. Either way, Rodel and Iserald were the two that I knew were definitely going to be S tier.
Yeah.
Let's go to Samuel Hark.
Meh.
Bottom of B?
Bottom of B. I'm inclined to agree. I think...
Yeah.
You could make an argument for him being in C, but I think B's...
Put him above Niall, below Sandar?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Balwer?
Balwer's one that I always feel like, man, this guy should be more popular than he is, but he's not very popular.
I feel like he's top of C.
Top of C?
He's really good value for money. I don't think I've ever seen him get past. Like, usually you're like, but I could lose him. And it's like, yeah, but if he was going to die, you'd lose him anyway. Who cares if someone else gets him? Like,
that's true. I didn't really think of that before.
He's just good value for money.
I have noticed that he doesn't, like he doesn't really get discarded that often, so it doesn't really come up. But I didn't really think of, like, well, you'd lose him anyway, so...
Yeah, either way, you lose them, right? Just... Yeah, I think he's like the top end of C for me. If I need a Daystamar follower, he's probably one of the best you can get.
I mean,
outside of a free
the
tonne.
best, right? Yeah, yeah.
So I put him at the top of C, personally.
Anything to add, Abby?
Did you fall asleep?
Oh.
Bowler.
Yeah, what about him?
We're thinking top of C.
Yeah, I said yeah.
Oh, didn't
Okay.
hear anything.
Oh, sorry.
Solande Darangel. Noble Reducer. 2 Favour. 2 Days to Mar. Probably at the bottom of B.
Yeah.
That's fair. Especially.
Solutia. 2 and 3. Shanchan Military 4. Disarm.
You probably shouldn't go in E, but like
bottom of D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People rarely
Probably
pick
one
her
of the
up.
worst
She's-
disarmers. Just
Yeah.
not very good value for money.
Nope.
Satala Nan. Quite often free.
Similar to Tom.
I probably put her at a high B, maybe even an A tier. The frequency at which she's free is... Well, I guess for Ran, she's really good.
Yeah.
Gawyn and Nynaeve don't care about her. Perrin, she's good but never free. Matt doesn't care about her. So maybe she's not A, yeah. She's probably a B to me.
That's fair, I think.
Just because, like, even if she's not free, she's pretty good value. 3 and 2 for 6 Days to Mar is decent. So, like, on that merit alone, she's probably at a similar level to Nile and Geofram to me.
I think she goes like above Fael, around Fael.
Yeah, I think like just above Fael might be the right spot actually.
Yeah.
Because she's free slightly more often and she's a high level, so why not?
Yeah. I agree. So
Swan
just above fail.
Sanche. I would probably have her in a similar spot, but a bit higher.
I don't know. Her free thing almost never comes up again.
Yeah, no, I would put
the
her way
active
below.
is good, but like
Probably one of the least useful reclaims, to be honest. It's good
yeah,
for an hour as
like,
a fire, but Nynaeve can do that anyway.
Yeah. It's more expensive. She has 6 days to more. Like, do you want to pay that much for 6 days to more ever? No, not really.
So we thinking C or lower?
I think C is fine.
I think C is fine, yeah.
I wouldn't complain about her as like a rand or something, but it's not like
if I get her for free, yeah, she's fine. But buying her, nah.
So maybe like below Dobrin.
Sure.
Sorlia. Got to be an E tier on it.
Yeah, she's just too expensive. And it's not like you get any of the value back in points. Being tier 3.
The only reason you recruit Sorlia is if you have heavier than a man in hand.
Yeah.
So it should be a D?
E, I think.
E.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's one card in the game that makes it good.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yep.
I mean, I guess it's fine with the cover me as well, but...
Yeah. Well, she just feels
I probably
worse
put
than 2 on. Right?
maybe at the top of E, but yeah, still E.
Yeah.
Steppin. Yeah, Steppin's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's above average at least. I think he's an all.
I was thinking A.
Yeah, stepping gets picked up pretty often, so.
Yeah.
He's probably.
I mean, again, it's like at least +1 combat strength. So.
Yeah, so I think he has to be higher than Hopper. Based on the higher level and honestly, easier cost.
Yeah, and then he comes with potentially a free Kareni. And
Yeah,
his thing only goes up, right?
Yeah.
It's always going to be 1, and it's going to be presumably better. Right? So.
I don't know if he should go any higher than Hopper. I've got him above
he's
Hopper,
not,
but I don't know if he's
not above
Alana.
Alana, but yeah. Right there is fine.
Sulin is next up. This is probably a low D.
I never see Sulin get revealed, let alone picked up.
I've seen her revealed, but I don't think I've ever seen her being picked up, to be honest.
Just gonna slap her right next to Solutia at the end of D tier.
Yeah, that's fine.
Gotta put her ahead.
Manes.
Again, Manes is
Bottom of C?
+1, but I don't think he's better than Hartha or Ruark.
I think he's better than Lan.
Yeah.
I think I probably have him above Mygan, below Chell.
I think
to
that's
me,
fine.
that looks like a good spot.
There's 3 Kairianen? 4 Kairianen including him?
No, there'll be more than that. There'll be 6 or 7 at least, but
okay. Yeah,
he's kind of expensive.
Yeah.
For what you get. Unless
I don't think he's better than Mygan, to be honest. I don't know. Or Barrowin, for that matter.
Alright, we'll put him below Barrowin for Ali's sake.
Thank you.
Since if you stick around for longer, then you get the final say on things.
There you go. That's how you win. Just persist.
Daddy L4.
Daddy L4.
Damn. Unfortunately, as much as I love him,
he's trash.
Not much better than he might be a bit better than Sulin. But maybe not. He doesn't have the military follower thing. I don't know.
He's slightly better than Gawyn.
He is better than Gawyn. That's for sure.
I mean, I would have. I don't know if I would put him in E, but he's definitely bottom of D. I would pitch this.
But we can't let our bias on the characters reflect this. As
well,
the characters
no, but
in the
when you think cost and stuff, it's just not.
I mean, he's the same cost as Solutia with 1 military higher, and then
doesn't have
I think a worse effect. Yeah.
Okay, so below Sulin.
Yeah.
Very bottom of D.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Tadosian. Only got a few more left now. 10, I think.
Yeah.
Tadosian.
Does he go with Swanda? Or is
he's probably.
I mean,
higher,
he's almost always gonna be picked up.
I'd put him at the very top of B.
Yeah, he gets picked up often.
He's almost an auto buy.
Yeah.
Not because he's good, but because he's free a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So I think the top of B is reasonable, right?
Yeah.
Tom is next. And I think
it's hard to say. If without the free thing, you just never buy Tom. Right?
Yeah.
He never gets picked up.
Yes.
So does that move him into does that put him in D, or is
I think that puts him in C because it means he's only good if he's free.
That's fair.
So he's character specific. Yeah, that's it.
So
but I think he's probably at the top of C.
Yeah, he's not.
He's very good if you get him for free.
Above Bulwer or below Bulwer?
Above Bulwer.
Above.
Okay.
Yeah. Timlan is next. He's thinking low
if you have Perrin, he's great.
I'm thinking he's about Linny Huron level.
He's about whose level?
Linny and Huron.
We're near the bottom of D.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you could put him above Huron. I don't know if you could go above Linny though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got him down there above Hurin. Timberland is not an A, Robin. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, he
He's
gets.
saying Tadosian.
He,
Okay, well, he did also just say Timberland was A. But before he was talking about Tadosian.
Actually, you know what? I think he's a lot better than that because you get your money back in like a few turns for him. So he's almost guaranteed
favor,
to cost only 2 favor to get the 4 leadership and continuously get coins through the game, which you can control when you get the coins rather than when something gets flipped over or whatnot. So
Top of D? No?
yeah.
That's fine. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's one of those like, you know, there's those like few characters where you flip them and everyone's just like, man.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I guess like he's not like terrible, but like I don't think I've ever seen anyone happy to see a Timbaland. You know?
I'm happy to see Timbaland when I'm parent. I'm ecstatic to see Timbaland as parent.
I'm gonna leave him at the top of B there, and we'll move on to 2 on.
So top of B or top of D?
D.
Right. Okay. That's what I thought.
D.
Then
Yeah. 2 on, I would say, is pretty bang average. She's good when she's free. You want her. Both Matt and Nynaeve, who don't have leadership, have the opportunity to get her for free, so she's pretty average. 10 leadership, obviously great when you have it. I'd probably put her on the higher end of, like, next to Gareth Britton, maybe.
Yeah.
Her free thing definitely comes
Actually,
up.
like 10 military is better than 10 leadership, so put her below Britton.
I don't know if I would agree with that. Like, specifically since it's on a follower, right? And there's so many of those, like, that you have to use a follower to use this in leadership.
Oh yeah, that's
so,
true.
Like,
okay, yeah.
I think they're fairly similar. I'd be happy with her on either side.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Turak, probably a high D.
Yeah.
Above Timbaland, I'd say. I don't know if y'all agree. Maybe you don't.
I'm trying to think. Like at God, this stupid thing like never moves over. Like at leadership 6, you can play all the information, which is definitely like good. And he's also like I don't know, it's fine.
Yeah, but, it's fine.
Yeah, it's hard to like word it, but it's like
when it's down to the finite values, like it's such a small number between them.
Yeah.
You know? When they're both D, we don't have to agonize over it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like whatever.
Tai'Shar is
definitely an E.
Yeah.
Not because like, not even just because of the books, but she's just like she's
above Gawyn.
She's an
E. Gawyn's last.
Yeah.
Or below Gawyn even. She's worse than Gawyn,
she's
isn't she?
Below Gawyn because at least Gawyn is free to Egwene, even if he's useless.
It's fine. They're both. They're definitely like worst. So yeah.
Uno. Character specific. Good for Nynaeve. Good for Matt.
Yeah. The effect is good.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'd have him like in the middle of C.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe above Elsa.
I was gonna say probably above like that big pack of channelers, like next to Mazima.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because well, just in terms of like you say, you know, he's around for more of the game, being in the tier 1 deck, so you're more likely to see him recruited in the average game.
That is true.
It's not often that an Uno comes up and doesn't get recruited by somebody. Does happen, but I think between Mazima and Liana is a pretty good spot for him.
Yeah, we're to the last 3.
Last 3, yeah.
Wow.
Valen Luca.
He's an
Fairly
S
new
tier.
card. I don't think he's.
I think he's A+. I don't think.
Oh,
anyone,
A plus I meant. Yeah,
I
also
think
boy.
A+ is pretty solid for him. I've only played him like once myself, but he's like value for money. 6 coins is not that much. As we've already covered, there's a lot of good 6 skill cards.
Yeah, and then like being able to do something in the same spot. Like everyone has something they can do with that. Like whether it's paired in a town or
Jangai Pass.
Yeah.
Or
Hadamurk.
Like or
so much value.
Yeah. Well, he's great, yeah. Whereabouts do we think in A+?
Wow.
I think you could
on this.
either. So I'm thinking either just like around min, whether above or below min. I think he's higher value than a Dorian. Personally.
I don't know if I can put him higher than Days. I think he's at least below Days.
Okay, fine. Yeah, he's kind of in the same vein as Laras, almost. So yeah, I'm fine with
Don't
him.
get me wrong,
on the
he's
Days.
great value, but
Yeah.
Days is just such good protection.
Yeah.
I think that like top 4 there are all like super close. So it's
like you could even argue for Days to be a Slay on site. But
yeah.
Yeah, I think okay, we'll put him after Days, and we've got Van Deen. Character specific.
Yeah.
Where's his sister?
Her sister's in B, but she has 1 higher channeling, so she can gateway.
Yeah,
whereas
important.
Van Deen's
but Van Deen is tier 1.
Yeah.
And to have 5 channeling on tier 1 with 2 and 2 is pretty damn good.
So I'd say low B, high C.
Yeah.
If anyone has a specific spot to recommend.
Next to her sister would be fine.
Sure. Put her on the right of her sister. Last one, Zyda Dinaprid Blackwing.
I don't.
She's pretty
like,
good.
I've had like good like things where it's like, well, like I really needed this skill follower to do something, but like, did she do anything that like a Vanin or something or Sandar couldn't do?
A backflip.
I mean, yeah. I just meant like the specific thing I was talking about. Like,
sure. Like I don't think she's amazing. I'd put her at least as high as Julian Sandar.
Yeah. Where was Sandar? Sandar B?
Yeah.
That's fine. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't have any complaints.
Yeah. I
think she could go higher than that. But
it's just weird because like on the one hand, like she has like Jasper's ability and then she has the high skill and like, but it's like, it's not like she like takes up both those spots, if you know what I mean. Like you still have like, you can't, if you have a high skill follower and Jasper, then you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm explaining it right.
How about just before the twin sisters? After Hartha.
Fine with me.
Wow, that is it, folks. It has been 3 hours 45 minutes of grueling fun. And we've got to the end of our list. So yeah, thank you for everyone that's tuned in. Thank you for the Chosen for being here. I am going to export this as an image and upload it in the server and tweet it. And it will be henceforth known as the official follower tier list for Third Age, which is cool, I think.
Yeah, until we get some more followers.
Yeah, at least. So yeah, I'm not going to ramble along with a closing. We've been going for long enough, haven't we?
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone who tuned in, and again to our Chosen for participating. It's been a blast. You can follow us by hitting the subscribe button and be sure to leave a like on the video. Leave a comment down below as well. Let us know what you thought of the content and what you want to see on the channel next. Love to hear from you. I'm also on Twitter at wheeloftime. With that being said, Tai'Shar, we'll see you tomorrow, League.